Life often feels like a series of never-ending challenges. A missed deadline, a misunderstanding with a loved one, an unexpected roadblock. These moments pile up, pulling at your thoughts and emotions, demanding immediate reactions. For many of us, the pressure becomes overwhelming, leading to anger, frustration, or worry. Yet there are those who seem to glide through the chaos with ease. They don't panic, they don't lash out. Instead, they act with purpose and clarity, their calm demeanor steadying everyone around them. This kind of composure isn't a mystery or an unattainable gift. It's a skill, a way of training the mind to remain centered no matter what life throws at you. It's about cultivating an inner strength that allows you to see problems as temporary and to respond to them with thoughtfulness rather than emotion. Calmness is not the absence of feelings or the denial of difficulties. It is the ability to step back, assess the situation, and choose your response wisely. This mindset doesn't come naturally to most of us, but it is something anyone can develop. It starts with understanding the power of your thoughts, learning how to recognize emotional triggers, and gradually building habits that create mental clarity and balance. It's a journey toward an unshakable inner peace, one that brings freedom from the grip of impulsive reactions and emotional turmoil. Take a moment to reflect on Clare's story. Clare is a busy professional, juggling a demanding job, a household, and 2 energetic kids. Her days are packed with responsibilities, from client calls to school pickups, to managing the endless clutter of family life. For her, calmness was something she admired in others, but didn't think she could achieve herself. One particularly stressful. Monday, Clare's carefully balanced world unraveled. Her son spilled juice all over his school uniform minutes before they needed to leave. Her inbox dinged with an urgent email from her boss just as she buckled her kids into the car. Traffic was worse than usual, and by the time she reached the office, she was frazzled and tense. As the day wore on, the small frustrations kept adding up. A forgotten password, a critical email from a client, a printer jam that seemed to mock her efforts to stay on top of things. By midday, Clare felt like she was on the verge of exploding. When a colleague made an offhand comment about her stress levels, she snapped. She slammed her desk drawer shut, muttered an apology, and retreated to the break room with her head in her hands, consumed by frustration and helplessness. That's when Mr. Jenkins, a senior co-worker known for his unflappable demeanor, approached her. He handed her a cup of tea and said, "Clare, you're carrying too much. It's time to put some of it down." At first, she didn't understand. Her instinct was to defend herself, to explain how much she had on her plate. But Mr. Jenkins just smiled and said, "The weight you feel isn't from the things happening around you. It's from how tightly you're holding on to them." His words lingered with her. That evening, as Clare replayed the events of the day, she realized something profound. Her reactions were magnifying her stress. The spilled juice wasn't a disaster. It was an inconvenience. The traffic wasn't a personal attack. It was just part of the commute. Her emotions were fueling the chaos, making her feel trapped in a storm that wasn't as overwhelming as it seemed. Clare decided to approach her life differently. She started by pausing in moments of stress, taking a breath before reacting. When her son spilled juice again a week later, she didn't yell. She helped him clean up, calmly explained the importance of being careful, and got back on track. When traffic slowed her down, she tuned into a podcast instead of honking in frustration. Slowly but surely, she began to regain control over her emotions. Months later, her colleagues noticed the change. "You're so calm these days," one of them said. "What's your secret?" Clare smiled, recalling Mr. Jenkins' advice. "I stopped trying to carry everything all at once," she replied. "And I learned how to let go of what I can't control." Clare's transformation is one many can relate to because we've all had those days. Days when everything feels like it's spiraling out of control, when the smallest setback feels like the final straw. The difference between being consumed by stress and navigating it with grace lies in how we train our minds to respond. Life will always have its storms, deadlines, arguments, disappointments. They don't disappear just because we wish them away, but the way we react to them shapes not only our experiences, but also our relationships and our sense of self. Calmness isn't about pretending the chaos doesn't exist. It's about finding clarity and strength in the midst of it. When you master the ability to stay calm, you open doors to better decision-making, deeper connections with others, and a healthier, more fulfilling life. It's not just about surviving challenges, but thriving through them. Calmness becomes your compass, guiding you towards solutions rather than dragging you into emotional quicksand. Think back to a moment when you let your emotions get the best of you. Maybe it was a heated argument where words were said that couldn't be taken back, or a decision made in frustration that you later regretted. These moments, though fleeting, often leave lasting scars. Relationships are strained, opportunities are missed, and self-respect takes a hit. The Stoics teach us a valuable lesson. It's not external events that disturb us, but our thoughts about them. This truth is both empowering and daunting. It reminds us that while we can't control the world around us, we do have control over our minds. This control is a skill, a practice that requires time, effort, and patience to develop. But once cultivated, it provides a shield against life's unpredictability. The journey toward calmness is not a quick fix. It's a process of rethinking old habits, building new ones, and learning to view challenges through a lens of opportunity rather than threat. It begins with small, manageable steps, pausing before you react, questioning the assumptions that fuel your frustration, and focusing on the things within your control. Calmness also thrives in the foundation of physical and mental well-being. A healthy body supports a steady mind. Regular exercise, nourishing food, and restful sleep provide the resilience needed to face life's hurdles with grace. Similarly, finding moments of gratitude, no matter how small, can shift your perspective from what's wrong to what's right. As you embrace this journey, keep in mind that calmness is not the absence of challenges. It's the presence of clarity, strength, and self-control. Each step you take toward mastering your mind brings you closer to a life where peace isn't dependent on circumstances, but comes from within. This is the beginning of your path to unshakable calm. Let's walk it together, one steady step at a time. The mind is a battlefield, one where every thought, emotion, and reaction wages war for control. In those quiet moments when frustration creeps in, or when the weight of uncertainty becomes unbearable, the way you manage this battlefield determines whether you find peace or chaos. Mastering emotional control isn't about suppressing feelings. It's about reshaping how you think, so emotions work for you rather than against you. To take command of your emotions, you must start where they begin, your thoughts. Every feeling, whether it's anger, fear, or sadness, stems from the narrative your mind weaves around an event. Thoughts are the seeds, emotions the plants they grow into, and actions the fruits they bear. When you understand this connection, you can uproot the thoughts that feed negative emotions and cultivate ones that build resilience. Your mind constantly interprets the world, assigning meaning to everything you encounter. A missed deadline might trigger thoughts of failure, sparking anxiety. A sharp word from a loved one might lead to feelings of rejection, even when no harm was intended. Without awareness, these automatic interpretations control you. But with the right mental training, you can reframe these stories, breaking the cycle of reactive emotions. This process starts with recognizing that thoughts are not facts. They are perspectives, often biased and shaped by past experiences. The mind has a tendency to catastrophize, turning small issues into overwhelming problems. When you learn to observe your thoughts objectively, as if watching them pass like clouds in the sky, you create space between the event and your response. This space is where emotional control begins. Daily mental training is essential for building this skill. Like a muscle, the mind grows stronger with consistent practice. Start by dedicating time to self-reflection, examining the thoughts that trigger emotional reactions. Pay attention to patterns. Are there certain situations or people that consistently lead to frustration or sadness? Identifying these triggers is the first step to mastering them. Once you've identified your triggers, practice redirecting your thoughts. This doesn't mean ignoring or denying reality, but choosing a perspective that serves you better. For example, instead of thinking, "I'm terrible at this," reframe it to, "I'm still learning and I'm making progress." The power of reframing lies in its ability to shift your emotional state from helplessness to empowerment. Breathing exercises are another cornerstone of mental training. The breath is a direct line to the nervous system, capable of calming the storm inside you. Deep, intentional breaths send signals to your brain that you're safe, reducing the intensity of negative emotions. A simple practice, such as taking 5 slow breaths before responding to a stressful situation, can change the entire outcome. Journaling is a tool many overlook, but one that holds immense power. Writing down your thoughts helps untangle the web of emotions and clarifies what's truly bothering you. It also provides a record of your progress, showing how far you've come in managing your inner world. Start by writing about the day's challenges and how you responded. Over time, you'll notice patterns in your thinking and opportunities to shift your perspective. The process of mastering emotional control also involves setting boundaries with yourself and others. If certain environments or people constantly provoke negative emotions, consider how you can protect your peace. Sometimes this means limiting interactions or addressing unresolved conflicts. Other times, it's about saying no to tasks or responsibilities that overextend you. Building an inner shield against chaos requires intentionality in every area of life. Your physical health is deeply connected to your emotional resilience. A body under stress, whether from lack of sleep, poor nutrition, or inactivity, amplifies the mind's vulnerability to negative emotions. Regular exercise, nourishing foods, and sufficient rest create a foundation for emotional stability, helping you respond to life's challenges with clarity. Another powerful practice is gratitude. When the mind focuses on what's lacking or wrong, emotions spiral into frustration or despair. Gratitude interrupts this pattern, redirecting attention to what is good and stable in your life. Even during difficult times, acknowledging small positives, like a kind word or a moment of peace, can shift your emotional state. It's also important to surround yourself with people who model emotional control. Emotions are contagious, and spending time with those who remain calm under pressure inspires you to do the same. On the other hand, being around those who are constantly reactive or negative can drain your energy and make it harder to maintain your composure. Practicing mindfulness strengthens your ability to stay present, preventing your mind from being consumed by regrets about the past or fears about the future. Mindfulness isn't about clearing your mind of all thoughts, but about noticing them without judgment. When you focus on the present moment, whether through meditation or simply paying attention to your surroundings, you reduce the power of thoughts that fuel negative emotions. One of the most transformative aspects of mastering emotional control is recognizing that you always have a choice. Even in the most challenging circumstances, you can decide how to respond. This doesn't mean ignoring pain or pretending everything is fine. It means acknowledging your emotions without letting them dictate your actions. When you choose to respond thoughtfully, you reclaim your power and set the tone for how you experience life. As you train your mind, celebrate small victories. Each time you pause before reacting, each moment you choose a calmer perspective, you're strengthening your emotional resilience. Over time, these small wins accumulate, creating a profound sense of control over your inner world. The journey isn't always easy. There will be setbacks, moments when frustration or anger gets the best of you. But these moments are not failures. They are opportunities to learn and grow. Each time you face a challenge with greater composure than before, you're building the foundation for a calmer, more balanced life. Mastering emotional control is not about achieving perfection. It's about progress, about creating a mind that can weather life's storms without being swept away. When you take charge of your thoughts, you take charge of your emotions, and in doing so, you take charge of your life. The calm, steady strength you cultivate becomes your greatest ally, helping you navigate every challenge with grace and clarity. When emotions are controlled, the next challenge is deciding how to respond. Every interaction, every choice, is an opportunity to build or break, to connect or divide. The line between reacting impulsively and responding thoughtfully can define relationships, shape outcomes, and even determine the course of your life. Responding is not simply about delaying action. It's about choosing a path that aligns with your values, goals, and long-term well-being. In moments of conflict or stress, the temptation to react quickly is strong. A sharp word spoken in frustration, a hurried decision made under pressure, or a defensive tone taken without thought can create unintended consequences. Reactions are often automatic, fueled by instinct and immediate emotion. They stem from the need to protect, assert, or defend. But this automaticity often blinds us to the bigger picture, leaving behind regret or damage that could have been avoided. To master the art of responding, the first step is to pause. Pausing creates a space between the stimulus and your action. It's the difference between letting your emotions dictate your next move and allowing your mind to assess the situation. Pausing is not hesitation, it's deliberate control. In that brief pause, you reclaim your agency, stepping out of the grip of reflex and into the clarity of choice. Pausing can be as simple as taking a slow, deep breath. This act, though small, signals to your nervous system that it's time to shift out of a reactive state. Breathing deeply activates the parasympathetic nervous system, calming the body and clearing the fog of heightened emotion. In this calm state, your thoughts become clearer, and you gain the ability to evaluate the situation objectively. Thinking before acting is a skill that requires patience and practice. It begins with asking questions in that moment of pause. What is really happening here? What am I feeling, and why? What do I want the outcome of this situation to be? These questions shift your focus from reaction to intention, transforming impulsive responses into deliberate ones. When you act with intention, you act in alignment with your values, ensuring that your response serves your long-term goals rather than momentary emotions. One of the most effective strategies for responding thoughtfully is perspective taking. When faced with a conflict or a tense situation, stepping into the other person's shoes can soften the intensity of your emotions. It's not about excusing bad behavior, but about understanding it. Often, people's actions stem from their own struggles, fears, or insecurities. Recognizing this can help you respond with empathy instead of anger, creating a foundation for resolution rather than escalation. To replace impulsive reactions, cultivate the habit of reflecting on past situations. Think about times when you reacted without thought. What triggered that reaction? How did it affect the outcome? Reflecting on these moments can reveal patterns in your behavior and help you prepare for similar situations in the future. By understanding your triggers, you can anticipate them and prepare to respond differently. Another powerful technique is visualization. Before entering situations that are likely to be stressful or challenging, visualize yourself responding calmly and thoughtfully. Picture yourself listening attentively, speaking with clarity, and maintaining composure. This mental rehearsal strengthens your ability to stay grounded in the moment, as your mind has already practiced the desired response. Building an arsenal of practical tools can also help. For example, when someone says something that irritates or provokes you, repeat their words silently in your mind before replying. This gives you a few extra seconds to process their message, reducing the likelihood of a rash response. Similarly, when you feel anger rising, redirect your attention to something neutral in the environment, a sound, a texture, or a color. This brief distraction can interrupt the cycle of reactivity, giving you the time you need to choose your next step. Responding thoughtfully also involves considering the timing of your actions. Not every situation requires an immediate reply. Sometimes the best response is no response at all, at least for the moment. Taking time to cool off and gather your thoughts can prevent words or actions that you might later regret. Silence in these moments becomes a tool for reflection and strategy, not avoidance. Your physical state has a profound impact on your ability to respond thoughtfully. Fatigue, hunger, and stress diminish your capacity for self-control, making impulsive reactions more likely. By prioritizing self-care, you equip yourself with the energy and clarity needed to pause and think before acting. A well-rested mind is more resilient, and a well-nourished body is better prepared to handle challenges. Emotional intelligence plays a significant role in mastering the art of responding. This involves not only understanding your own emotions, but also recognizing and interpreting the emotions of others. When you can identify the underlying feelings driving someone else's actions, you're better equipped to respond in a way that de-escalates tension and fosters understanding. Language is another critical component of thoughtful responses. The words you choose can either fan the flames of conflict or pave the way for resolution. Using I statements instead of you statements, for instance, shifts the focus from blame to personal experience. Saying, "I feel frustrated when this happens," is less confrontational than "you always frustrate me," and it invites dialogue rather than defensiveness. Listening is perhaps the most underrated aspect of responding well. True listening means giving your full attention to the other person without planning your reply while they're speaking. It means seeking to understand, not just to respond. When people feel heard, they're more likely to lower their guard, creating an environment where solutions can emerge. Listening is not passive. It's an active effort to connect and understand, and it lays the groundwork for meaningful responses. Preparation is a key factor in avoiding impulsive reactions. Anticipate situations where you're likely to feel provoked or stressed, and plan your responses in advance. This doesn't mean scripting every word, but having a general idea of how you want to approach the situation. This mental preparation reduces the element of surprise, making it easier to stay composed. In the heat of the moment, one of the most effective ways to ensure a thoughtful response is to focus on your desired outcome. Ask yourself, what do I want to achieve in this situation? This question shifts your perspective from immediate emotions to long-term goals, guiding your actions toward resolution rather than escalation. When you keep the bigger picture in mind, it's easier to let go of the small provocations that might otherwise derail you. The process of replacing reactions with responses also involves cultivating a sense of detachment. Detachment doesn't mean indifference. It means maintaining a sense of perspective. When you detach yourself from the need to be right, from the fear of judgment, or from the desire to control every outcome, you free yourself to respond with greater clarity and calmness. Over time, as you practice the art of responding, you'll notice a shift in how others perceive and interact with you. Your composed demeanor will inspire trust and respect, making it easier to navigate conflicts and build stronger relationships. Thoughtful responses have a ripple effect, encouraging others to meet you with the same level of respect and consideration. Learning to respond instead of react is a lifelong journey, but every step brings you closer to the person you aspire to be, calm, intentional, and resilient. It's not about eliminating challenges, but about meeting them with a steady mind and an open heart. The power to shape your interactions, to turn conflict into connection, lies in your ability to pause, reflect, and choose your path wisely. Learning to respond, rather than react, lays a strong foundation for emotional mastery. But often, there's one emotion that challenges even the best of intentions: anger. It rises quickly, clouds judgment, and leaves a path of regret if left unchecked. To truly cultivate inner calm and resilience, we must confront anger head-on, not by suppressing it, but by understanding its nature and transforming its power into something constructive. Anger is a force that consumes everything in its path if left unchecked. It begins as a spark, a perceived injustice, an insult, or a frustration, and quickly builds into a fire that clouds judgment and distorts reality. While it might feel empowering in the moment, anger rarely delivers what it promises. It weakens control, fractures relationships, and leaves regret in its wake. The path to emotional mastery requires confronting this powerful emotion and learning to transform it into something constructive. At its core, anger is rooted in the narratives we create about the world around us. A rude comment might trigger thoughts of disrespect, leading to feelings of outrage. A missed deadline might spiral into self-recrimination, feeding a sense of inadequacy. These interpretations are rarely objective. They are shaped by past experiences, insecurities, and fears. Anger thrives in this distortion, amplifying minor events into significant offenses. Recognizing this process is the first step in diffusing its power. When anger begins to rise, questioning its validity can provide clarity. Is the situation truly as critical as it feels, or is anger magnifying it? Taking this step creates space for rational thought. Suppressing anger is not the answer. Pushing it down often leads to quiet resentment or sudden outbursts that catch others off guard. Instead, acknowledging anger allows you to process it without letting it control you. Observing the emotion as it arises, without judgment or immediate action, creates an opportunity to understand its source. Anger is often a secondary emotion, masking deeper feelings like fear, disappointment, or insecurity. Acknowledging these underlying emotions helps you address the real issue rather than reacting to the surface symptoms. Channeling anger constructively begins with reframing its purpose. While it is often seen as a destructive force, anger carries energy that can be redirected toward growth and problem-solving. If a situation makes you feel overlooked, channeling that frustration into improving communication or showcasing your skills can lead to positive outcomes. Similarly, conflicts that stir anger can be opportunities for setting boundaries or clarifying misunderstandings, transforming frustration into progress. Perspective is a powerful tool in managing anger. When faced with frustrating situations, considering alternate explanations can shift your emotional response. A harsh comment from a colleague might stem from the stress rather than malice. A family member's oversight may reflect distraction rather than disregard. Seeing these possibilities helps diffuse anger, fostering understanding over escalation. This reframing doesn't excuse poor behavior, but allows you to respond with clarity and intention rather than impulsivity. Anger also has a profound impact on the body. It increases heart rate, tenses muscles, and floods the system with adrenaline. These physiological changes can make it harder to think clearly, reinforcing the cycle of frustration. Addressing the physical side of anger is crucial. Deep breathing exercises, progressive muscle relaxation, or a brisk walk can reduce the physical intensity of anger, creating space for a more thoughtful response. Regular physical activity also helps lower overall stress levels, making you less prone to emotional outbursts over time. Mindfulness practices can change your relationship with anger entirely. By developing the ability to observe emotions without attachment, mindfulness allows you to see anger as a passing experience rather than an all-encompassing state. Meditation, for instance, provides a space to acknowledge anger without judgment, recognizing it as a natural but transient emotion. This perspective helps you separate yourself from the emotion, enabling thoughtful action rather than reactive behavior. Forgiveness is another transformative approach to anger. Holding on to resentment often hurts you more than the person who wronged you. Forgiveness is not about excusing harmful actions. It's about releasing the emotional grip they have on your life. By letting go of anger, you free yourself from the weight of past hurts, reclaiming energy and peace that can be directed toward more meaningful pursuits. Forgiveness is an act of strength, allowing you to prioritize your well-being over the desire for retribution. Effective communication is essential for resolving anger in relationships. Expressing anger constructively involves focusing on the specific issue rather than attacking the person involved. Statements like, "I felt hurt when this happened," are far more effective than, "You always do this," which often leads to defensiveness. Clear, non-confrontational language invites dialogue and resolution, transforming potential conflicts into opportunities for deeper understanding. Boundaries play a crucial role in preventing anger from taking root. Many feelings of frustration stem from unmet expectations or a lack of clear limits. By communicating your needs and establishing boundaries, you create a framework for healthier interactions. When others know where you stand, they are less likely to inadvertently cross lines that lead to anger. If boundaries are crossed, Addressing them calmly but firmly can prevent resentment from building over time. Anger directed inward, in the form of self-criticism or guilt, can be just as harmful as outward expressions of rage. Responding to yourself with kindness in moments of failure or disappointment is a powerful antidote to this internalized anger. Treating yourself as you would a close friend, with understanding and encouragement, builds resilience and reduces the tendency to spiral into negativity. Self-compassion not only eases internal conflict, but also strengthens your ability to manage external challenges with grace. Gratitude shifts focus away from the frustrations that feed anger. While anger narrows perspective, fixating on perceived wrongs, gratitude broadens it, highlighting what is positive and stable in your life. Even in moments of tension, finding something to appreciate, a kind gesture, a lesson learned, or even a small success, can diffuse anger's intensity. Gratitude doesn't erase challenges, but reframes your relationship with them, making them feel less overwhelming. Navigating anger is a journey, not a destination. The goal is not to eliminate anger entirely, but to transform its energy into something that serves you rather than sabotages you. Each time you acknowledge anger without being consumed by it, each moment you channel its intensity into constructive action, you reclaim your power. Over time, these practices reshape your relationship with anger, turning it from a force of chaos into a catalyst for clarity, growth, and resolution. Anger, though powerful, often blinds us to solutions and creates barriers in relationships. In contrast, there exists a force that doesn't ignite chaos, but rather diffuses it, a force rooted in calmness. Calmness is often misunderstood as passivity, but it is anything but weak. It is an active choice, a disciplined state of mind that allows you to hold your ground, see clearly, and respond effectively even when conflict threatens to unravel everything. True strength is found not in loud reactions, but in steady composure, and those who embody this strength naturally command respect and build trust. When tension rises, calmness becomes a refuge. While others may be swept up by anger or anxiety, the person who remains composed stands apart. This calmness is not the absence of feeling, but the mastery of it. It shows restraint, not because the situation lacks importance, but because thoughtful action always outweighs impulsive reaction. Composure provides clarity, allowing you to assess conflicts objectively and focus on solutions rather than being lost in the heat of the moment. In this way, calmness is an amplifier of strength, one that cannot be shaken by external chaos. Calmness earns trust in a way that anger or reactivity never can. People naturally gravitate toward those who exude steadiness during uncertainty. A calm person brings a sense of security to any situation, whether it's a personal disagreement or a professional crisis. Their measured demeanor signals that they can handle challenges without being overwhelmed, making others feel safer in their presence. This ability to remain grounded creates a ripple effect, encouraging others to adopt the same steadiness. In conflicts, calmness acts as a neutralizer. It reduces defensiveness, lowers emotional barriers, and opens the door to genuine communication. When one person remains composed, it often disarms the other, shifting the dynamic from confrontation to collaboration. This shift is not about avoiding issues, but about creating an environment where solutions can be found without the distractions of heightened emotion. Calmness becomes the foundation on which respect is built, because it demonstrates a commitment to resolution over escalation. The strength of calmness lies in its ability to create space, space for thought, perspective, and empathy. When emotions run high, reactions become automatic and often misaligned with our values. Calmness interrupts this cycle, providing a moment to breathe, reflect, and choose a course of action that aligns with who we want to be. This ability to pause and think through conflicts transforms challenges into opportunities for growth and understanding. Calmness in the face of adversity signals self-control, a quality that naturally commands respect. It shows that you are not easily swayed by external pressures and that your actions are guided by intention rather than impulse. This kind of strength is rare and therefore highly valued. It earns admiration because it demonstrates resilience, not the absence of difficulty, but the ability to rise above it with grace. When others see this strength in you, they are more likely to trust your judgment and seek your guidance. Maintaining calmness requires discipline and practice. It starts with regulating your internal state. When the mind and body are in harmony, it becomes easier to respond thoughtfully. Techniques like deep breathing, mindfulness, and regular physical activity help create a baseline of calm that is harder to shake, even in challenging situations. These practices build resilience over time, allowing calmness to become your default state rather than a forced effort. Perspective-taking is another cornerstone of calmness. Seeing the bigger picture often reveals that many conflicts are smaller than they seem in the moment. When you step back and consider how an issue fits into the grander scheme of things, it becomes easier to let go of unnecessary tension. Perspective also fosters empathy, helping you understand the motivations and struggles of others. This understanding reduces the urge to react defensively and replaces it with a desire to connect and find common ground. Language is a powerful tool in maintaining and conveying calmness. The words you choose can either escalate or de-escalate a situation. Speaking in a measured tone, avoiding inflammatory language, and focusing on solutions rather than problems all contribute to creating an atmosphere of respect and cooperation. Calmness in speech reflects calmness in thought, signaling that you are in control and focused on resolution. Non-verbal communication plays an equally important role. Maintaining open and relaxed body language, steady eye contact, and an approachable demeanor can diffuse tension before words are even spoken. These cues show that you're not a threat, but a partner in finding solutions. Calmness, expressed through both words and actions, creates an environment where trust can flourish. The strength of calmness also lies in its ability to inspire. When you remain composed during difficult times, you set an example for those around you. This leadership through calmness encourages others to follow suit, transforming chaotic situations into opportunities for collective growth. In professional settings, this quality is especially valuable. Leaders who maintain their composure under pressure foster confidence among their teams, creating a culture of stability and focus. In personal relationships, calmness builds deeper connections. When conflicts arise, reacting with frustration or anger often leads to defensiveness and distance. In contrast, responding with calmness encourages open dialogue and mutual understanding. It shows that you value the relationship more than the conflict, strengthening bonds even in moments of disagreement. Building calmness as a habit requires self-awareness. Identifying your triggers, the situations or behaviors that often lead to reactivity, allows you to prepare and respond more thoughtfully. This preparation is not about suppressing emotions, but about anticipating challenges and equipping yourself to handle them with composure. The more you practice, the easier it becomes to remain calm in the face of provocation. Gratitude is a powerful ally in cultivating calmness. When you focus on what is good and stable in your life, it becomes easier to approach challenges with perspective. Gratitude shifts your attention away from what's wrong, reducing the intensity of negative emotions and creating a foundation for calm responses. Even in moments of tension, acknowledging the positives can help ground you and prevent escalation. Calmness also requires letting go of the need for control over everything. Many conflicts arise from the desire to impose your will on situations or people, leading to frustration when things don't go as planned. Accepting that some things are beyond your control frees you from unnecessary stress and allows you to focus on what you can influence. This shift in mindset fosters a sense of inner peace, making calmness a natural response rather than a struggle. The power of calmness is transformative. It doesn't eliminate conflict, but changes the way you approach it, turning challenges into opportunities for growth and connection. Calmness is not just a personal strength. It's a gift to those around you, creating an environment where trust, respect, and understanding can thrive. By choosing calmness, you choose clarity, strength, and a path that leads not only to resolution, but to lasting peace. Calmness is a powerful force that enables you to navigate conflict and earn trust, but life often tests this calm with its inherent unfairness. Despite our best efforts, the world does not always reward hard work. Relationships are not always reciprocal, and setbacks often arise when least expected. The ability to remain composed in the face of these injustices is one of the greatest demonstrations of strength. Life's unpredictability may be out of your control, but how you respond to it remains entirely within your power. Unfairness can feel personal, a direct affront to your sense of justice or effort. However, clinging to the belief that life should be fair only deepens frustration and resentment. Stoic philosophy offers a transformative perspective. Life is not designed to meet your expectations. Accepting this truth is not about giving up. It's about freeing yourself from the endless struggle against what cannot be changed. Instead of focusing on external circumstances, Stoicism encourages you to shift your energy toward what is within your control, your actions, choices, and mindset. Acceptance is the first step in maintaining calm amidst life's inequities. This doesn't mean condoning wrongdoing or passively enduring harm. It means recognizing that external events are often beyond your influence. Complaining about these events only wastes energy and prolongs suffering. By accepting that unfairness is an inevitable part of existence, you free yourself to focus on what truly matters, how you choose to move forward. Shifting your attention from the external to the internal creates a sense of empowerment. When life feels unfair, it's easy to get stuck in a cycle of blame or victimhood. However, these reactions leave you feeling helpless and trapped. By focusing on your actions, you reclaim agency. You may not control the circumstances, but you always control your response. This shift allows you to channel your energy into constructive solutions rather than dwelling on the injustice itself. One effective strategy is reframing unfair situations as opportunities for growth. Adversity, while difficult, often teaches resilience, patience, and creativity. When faced with a setback, ask yourself what you can learn from the experience or how you can use it to strengthen your character. This perspective not only reduces the emotional sting of unfairness, but also transforms challenges into valuable life lessons. Another approach is to set clear goals based on what you can influence. When external obstacles arise, it's tempting to abandon your efforts entirely, believing that success is impossible. However, by breaking your goals into manageable steps and focusing on incremental progress, you regain a sense of control. Each small victory reinforces your ability to persevere despite the odds, building confidence and momentum. Practicing gratitude can also shift your focus away from life's injustices. While unfairness often magnifies what's lacking, gratitude highlights what is present and positive. Acknowledging the good in your life, even amidst challenges, can provide balance and perspective. Gratitude doesn't erase difficulties, but reminds you that there is still much to appreciate and build upon. Forgiveness is a crucial tool in managing feelings of unfairness, especially when it involves other people. Holding on to anger or resentment only deepens your suffering, allowing the perceived injustice to dominate your thoughts. Forgiveness doesn't mean excusing harmful behavior. It's about releasing the emotional weight it places on you. By forgiving, you prioritize your peace over the need for retribution, freeing yourself to focus on what truly matters. Stoicism teaches the importance of aligning your actions with your values, regardless of external circumstances. When life feels unjust, it's easy to compromise your principles in response. However, this only adds to the chaos. By remaining true to your values, you maintain a sense of integrity and stability that external events cannot shake. This consistency not only builds inner strength, but also earns the respect of others. Focusing on the present moment is another powerful way to stay calm in the face of unfairness. Many frustrations arise from dwelling on past injustices or fearing future ones. However, the past cannot be changed, and the future is uncertain. By grounding yourself in the present, you reduce the mental noise created by these concerns and regain clarity. Practices like mindfulness or meditation can help you develop this focus, allowing you to navigate challenges with greater composure. Boundaries are essential for protecting your peace when faced with unfair treatment from others. While you cannot control how people behave, you can control how much access they have to your time, energy, and emotions. Setting and enforcing boundaries ensures that you are not continuously exposed to situations that drain you, allowing you to focus on what uplifts and strengthens you. Perspective-taking can also help you navigate unfairness with grace. While some injustices are clear and deliberate, many stem from misunderstanding or human error. By considering the intentions or circumstances of others, you may find that the situation is less personal than it feels. This shift in perspective can reduce emotional intensity, making it easier to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. Self-compassion is vital in dealing with life's unfairness. It's natural to feel frustrated or disheartened when efforts go unrewarded or circumstances seem stacked against you. However, criticizing yourself for these feelings only adds to the burden. Treating yourself with kindness and understanding in these moments allows you to process emotions constructively and move forward with resilience. Life's unfairness often highlights the importance of community and connection. When facing challenges, leaning on supportive relationships can provide comfort, guidance, and perspective. Sharing your struggles with trusted friends or mentors not only reduces the isolation of unfairness, but also opens the door to solutions you may not have considered. These connections remind you that while life may not always be fair, it is rarely something you have to face alone. Channeling your energy into service or contribution can also help you rise above feelings of unfairness. Helping others shifts your focus outward, creating a sense of purpose and fulfillment that transcends personal challenges. Whether through small acts of kindness or larger commitments, contributing to the well-being of others, reinforces the idea that you have the power to create positive change, even in the face of adversity. Learning to let go of outcomes is another cornerstone of navigating unfairness. While it's natural to strive for success, attaching your sense of worth or happiness to specific results sets you up for frustration when things don't go as planned. By focusing on the effort rather than the outcome, you shift your attention to what you can control, reducing the emotional impact of setbacks and disappointments. Embracing the unpredictability of life can foster a sense of calm amidst unfairness. Accepting that challenges and setbacks are an inevitable part of the human experience allows you to approach them with less resistance and more curiosity. This mindset transforms unfairness from an obstacle into an integral part of growth, deepening your resilience and appreciation for the journey. By focusing on what you can control and letting go of what you cannot, you cultivate a sense of inner stability that external events cannot shake. Life may never be entirely fair, but your response to its challenges defines your experience. In the face of adversity, you can choose calmness, resilience, and purpose, creating a life that thrives despite the odds. Life's unfairness can feel like an unrelenting tide, but your response to it is where true power lies. The same holds for emotional control. Losing control may seem inevitable in moments of anger, frustration, or disappointment, but it is not. Every outburst, every heated reaction stems from a series of choices that can be interrupted, redirected, and ultimately replaced. Understanding this truth is the first step toward mastering your emotions and reclaiming your inner calm. Emotional outbursts don't arise out of nowhere. They are the result of unchecked thoughts, unresolved feelings, and ingrained habits of reaction. A harsh word from someone might spark anger, but the emotional storm that follows comes from how your mind interprets that word. The belief that you've been disrespected or devalued fuels the fire, while past experiences amplify its intensity. Recognizing this process is key to preventing emotional reactions from spiraling out of control. Awareness is the foundation of emotional self-regulation. Before you can control your reactions, you must first understand them. Pay attention to the situations, people, or words that trigger intense emotions in you. Do certain tones or phrases make you defensive? Are there specific moments when frustration builds unnoticed until it explodes? Identifying these triggers helps you anticipate and prepare for them, reducing their power over you. Pausing is one of the most effective tools for interrupting emotional outbursts. When you feel emotions beginning to escalate, take a moment before responding. This pause creates a crucial gap between the trigger and your reaction, allowing your rational mind to engage. Even a few seconds of deep breathing can be enough to calm the initial surge of adrenaline and bring clarity to your thoughts. In this pause, ask yourself what outcome you want from the situation. Let this intention guide your next action. Practical exercises can help you build the habit of pausing and reflecting. Start with something simple. Practice delaying your response in low-stakes conversations. When someone asks you a question, wait 2 or 3 seconds before answering. This small delay trains your mind to pause naturally, making it easier to apply in moments of heightened emotion. Over time, this practice becomes second nature, allowing you to navigate tense situations with greater composure. Another powerful exercise is journaling. Writing about your emotional experiences helps untangle the web of thoughts and feelings that contribute to outbursts. Reflect on moments when you've lost control. What were the triggers? How did you feel in the moment, and what were the consequences? Journaling provides insight into your emotional patterns and helps you identify areas for growth. It also serves as a tool for processing emotions in a constructive way, reducing the likelihood of future explosions. Breathing techniques are invaluable for calming the body and mind. When emotions run high, the body reacts. Your heart rate increases, your muscles tense, and your breathing becomes shallow. These physical changes fuel the intensity of your emotions, creating a feedback loop that's hard to break. Controlled breathing interrupts this loop, signaling to your nervous system that it's time to relax. Techniques like diaphragmatic breathing or the 4 to 7 to 8 method help slow your heart rate and restore clarity. Visualization is another tool for emotional self-regulation. Before entering situations where you're likely to feel provoked, visualize yourself responding calmly and thoughtfully. Picture yourself pausing, breathing, and addressing the issue with clarity and confidence. This mental rehearsal strengthens your ability to stay composed in the moment, as your mind has already practiced the desired response. Visualization turns potential outbursts into opportunities for growth and resolution. Physical activity also plays a significant role in managing emotional control. Exercise helps release pent-up tension and stress, making it easier to approach challenges with a clear mind. Regular physical activity lowers overall stress levels, reducing the likelihood of emotional outbursts. It also provides a healthy outlet for frustration and anger, preventing these emotions from building to a breaking point. Mindfulness is a practice that strengthens your awareness of the present moment. By focusing on what is happening now, rather than dwelling on past hurts or future fears, mindfulness helps you stay grounded. When emotions begin to rise, mindfulness allows you to observe them without judgment. Instead of being swept away by the emotion, you can acknowledge it, understand its source, and choose how to respond. This practice builds emotional resilience over time, making outbursts less frequent and less intense. Reframing your perspective can also help you prevent emotional outbursts. Often, strong reactions come from viewing situations as threats or personal attacks. Shifting your perspective to see these moments as challenges or opportunities for growth reduces their emotional impact. For example, instead of interpreting criticism as an attack on your character, view it as feedback that can help you improve. This shift not only diffuses emotional intensity, but also fosters a more constructive mindset. Self-compassion is essential in moments of emotional struggle. Losing control can feel like a personal failure, leading to guilt or self-criticism. However, these feelings only make it harder to regain composure. Treat yourself with kindness and understanding, recognizing that emotional control is a skill that takes time to develop. By offering yourself the same grace you would extend to a friend, you create a supportive environment for growth and learning. Setting boundaries is another critical component of emotional self-regulation. Many outbursts stem from overcommitment, unmet expectations, or interactions with toxic individuals. By establishing clear boundaries, you protect your time, energy, and emotional well-being. Communicating these boundaries calmly but firmly reduces the likelihood of being pushed to your limits, giving you the space to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. Support systems are invaluable for building emotional awareness and control. Trusted friends, family members, or mentors can provide perspective and guidance during difficult moments. Sharing your experiences with someone who understands can help you process emotions constructively and prevent them from overwhelming you. These connections remind you that you don't have to navigate emotional challenges alone. Practicing gratitude shifts your focus from what's wrong to what's right, reducing the intensity of negative emotions. Gratitude helps you see the bigger picture, reminding you of the good that coexists with the challenges. This broader perspective makes it easier to let go of small frustrations and approach conflicts with a calm and balanced mindset. The process of building emotional awareness and self-regulation is not about suppressing emotions, but about channeling them in ways that serve your well-being. It requires patience, practice, and a commitment to growth. Each time you pause before reacting, each time you choose a calm response over an outburst, you strengthen your ability to navigate challenges with clarity and control. Losing control is not inevitable. It is a choice, one that you can learn to avoid by cultivating the skills and habits that lead to emotional mastery. The control over emotions and the ability to regulate responses are fundamental to achieving a state of calm, but even the strongest self-regulation can be undermined by a restless mind anchored in the past or obsessing over the future. Regrets and worries create a mental tug-of-war, pulling you away from the present and undermining your peace. This internal struggle often goes unnoticed, yet it is one of the most significant obstacles to a balanced and fulfilling life. The past holds memories, lessons, and mistakes, and while reflection is essential for growth, being consumed by regrets leads to rumination. Regret traps the mind in a cycle of what-ifs, forcing a focus on decisions or events that cannot be changed. This fixation saps energy and attention, diverting them from current opportunities. It's important to recognize that the past is a closed chapter. It informs the present, but does not have to define it. Understanding this distinction allows for the development of a healthier relationship with past experiences. The future, conversely, represents uncertainty and potential. Worry about what might happen often leads to overthinking, planning, and a fear of the unknown. This preoccupation with future outcomes can create anxiety as the mind attempts to predict and control variables that are inherently unpredictable. The key to addressing this anxiety is to accept the limits of your control while focusing on what can be done in the present moment. Anchoring yourself in the present begins with mindfulness, a practice that involves cultivating awareness of the here and now without judgment. Mindfulness disrupts the cycle of dwelling on the past or fearing the future by shifting attention to immediate experiences. It emphasizes observation rather than evaluation, allowing thoughts and emotions to come and go without attachment. Techniques like mindful breathing, body scans, and sensory observation train the mind to focus on the present, reducing the grip of unproductive thoughts. Mindful breathing is a foundational technique that reconnects you with the present. Concentrating on the rhythm of your breath brings attention back to your body, interrupting the flow of distracting thoughts. Slow, intentional breathing activates the parasympathetic nervous system, calming the body and clearing mental fog. For practical application, set aside a few minutes daily to focus on the sensation of breath entering and leaving your body, and use this technique whenever your thoughts begin to wander toward regrets or worries. Body scans provide another effective tool for grounding in the moment. This practice involves directing attention to different parts of your body, noticing sensations without trying to change them. By systematically focusing on physical sensations, the mind is drawn away from abstract worries and into tangible reality. This technique is particularly useful in reducing stress and creating a sense of calm, as it fosters a deeper connection with the present. Engaging the senses also helps anchor the mind. Paying close attention to sights, sounds, smells, tastes, and textures in your immediate environment shifts focus away from internal concerns. For example, observing the details of a flower, the texture of fabric, or the rhythm of a distant sound creates a direct connection to the present moment. This sensory engagement interrupts the cycle of regret and worry, allowing the mind to rest in the simplicity of now. Acceptance is a cornerstone of breaking free from the past and the future. Accepting that the past cannot be changed and that the future is inherently uncertain reduces mental resistance. Resistance to these truths often fuels unnecessary stress, as the mind attempts to rewrite history or control outcomes that are beyond its reach. Acceptance is not resignation, but a recognition of reality, enabling you to channel energy into what can be influenced, the present. Letting go of regret requires reframing how you view the past. Instead of seeing mistakes as failures, approach them as opportunities for learning. Each experience, regardless of its outcome, contributes to your growth and resilience. Viewing the past through this lens reduces its emotional weight and transforms it into a valuable resource rather than a burden. Similarly, addressing worries about the future involves focusing on actionable steps. While you cannot predict every outcome, you can prepare for foreseeable challenges by setting realistic goals and taking deliberate action. By doing so, you shift from passive worry to active engagement, reinforcing a sense of control over what lies ahead. Gratitude serves as a powerful antidote to both regret and worry. Reflecting on what is good and stable in your life redirects attention away from perceived shortcomings or uncertainties. Practicing gratitude regularly fosters a balanced perspective, helping you appreciate the present moment without being overshadowed by the past or future. Cultivating presence in relationships enhances the practice of mindfulness. When you are fully engaged with others, focusing on their words, expressions, and emotions, it becomes easier to break free from internal distractions. Active listening not only strengthens connections, but also creates opportunities for mutual growth and understanding, reinforcing the value of the present. Regular journaling provides a structured way to process thoughts and emotions related to the past and future. Writing down your experiences, reflections, and goals creates clarity and perspective, helping to organize your thoughts and identify patterns. This practice fosters self-awareness and serves as a tool for navigating emotional challenges, ensuring they do not dominate your present experience. Physical activity also plays a critical role in breaking free from mental preoccupation. Exercise reduces stress hormones like cortisol and releases endorphins, improving mood and promoting mental clarity. Activities like yoga or Tai Chi, which combine movement with mindfulness, are particularly effective in grounding the mind and body in the present. Connecting with nature is another method for anchoring yourself. Spending time outdoors, whether walking through a park or sitting by the water, provides a natural setting for mindfulness. The rhythms of nature, such as the movement of leaves or the sound of waves, encourage relaxation and draw attention away from internal concerns. Building daily rituals that prioritize presence strengthens your ability to live in the moment. Simple practices like setting aside time for quiet reflection, practicing gratitude, or enjoying a cup of tea without distractions reinforce the habit of mindfulness. These routines serve as reminders to pause, breathe, and focus on what is happening now. Breaking free from the past and the future is not about ignoring lessons or avoiding planning. It is about finding balance, acknowledging what has been, and what might come without allowing them to overshadow the present. By cultivating mindfulness, embracing acceptance, and focusing on actionable steps, you create a life centered on clarity, peace, and purpose. The present moment, when fully embraced, offers an endless source of possibility and strength. Breaking free from the burdens of the past and the anxieties of the future allows the mind to settle in the present. But even as you cultivate this presence, life's external chaos will continue to ebb and flow, demanding a new level of resilience. In a world that often feels unpredictable and overwhelming, the ability to remain calm becomes a superpower. Chaos may be inevitable, but tranquility is something you can cultivate from within, transforming turbulence into an opportunity for growth and clarity. Chaos comes in many forms: unexpected challenges, interpersonal conflicts, rapid changes, or simply the endless noise of a busy world. While it's natural to feel unbalanced in the face of these disruptions, it's important to remember that external events only hold as much power as you grant them. The storm may rage around you, but your inner world remains yours to shape. This understanding is the foundation of finding calm in the midst of chaos. Inner calm begins with awareness. The first step to navigating chaos is recognizing how it affects you physically and emotionally. Chaos often triggers a stress response, heightening tension in the body and clouding clarity of thought. By paying attention to these signs, such as a racing heart or restless thoughts, you can interrupt the cycle before it escalates. Awareness is not about controlling external events, but about understanding your reactions to them, creating space to choose a more intentional response. Breathing is one of the simplest yet most effective tools for grounding yourself during turbulent moments. Controlled breathing signals the nervous system to shift from a stress state to a calm state. Techniques like box breathing, where you inhale for 4 counts, hold for 4, exhale for 4, and pause for 4, help regulate both body and mind. This practice not only reduces immediate stress, but also strengthens your ability to stay composed in future challenges. Perspective plays a critical role in cultivating calm amidst chaos. When faced with overwhelming situations, stepping back to view the bigger picture can provide relief. Chaos often feels all-consuming because it narrows focus to the immediate problem, amplifying its significance. By broadening your perspective, you remind yourself of what truly matters and regain a sense of proportion. Asking questions like, "Will this matter a month from now?" or "What is this teaching me?" shifts focus from panic to purpose. Embracing acceptance is another cornerstone of finding calm in chaos. Resistance to external turmoil often intensifies its impact, creating a cycle of frustration and helplessness. Accepting that chaos is a natural part of life doesn't mean resigning yourself to it. It means acknowledging its presence without letting it dominate your mind. Acceptance creates mental space to focus on what you can control while letting go of what you cannot, a concept central to inner peace. Resilience is built through intentional exercises that strengthen your mental capacity to endure and thrive in chaos. Visualization is a powerful tool for this. By mentally rehearsing calm responses to potential stresses, you train your mind to stay composed when those situations arise. For example, picturing yourself navigating a difficult conversation with clarity and confidence prepares you to handle it effectively when it happens. Visualization transforms potential disruptions into manageable scenarios. Mindfulness techniques also enhance resilience by anchoring you in the present moment. When chaos threatens to pull you in multiple directions, mindfulness redirects attention to what is immediate and tangible. Practices like focusing on the sensations of your hands or feet, listening to ambient sounds, or engaging in a slow, deliberate task create a sense of grounding. These moments of stillness allow you to reset and approach challenges with renewed clarity. Engaging with nature provides a profound sense of calm in the face of chaos, whether it's walking in a park, listening to the rustle of leaves, or observing the steady flow of water. Nature's rhythms remind you of the constancy that exists even amidst change. Spending time outdoors not only soothes the mind, but also strengthens your ability to handle life's fluctuations with grace. Cultivating calm also involves creating intentional routines. Structure in daily life acts as an anchor, offering stability when external events feel uncontrollable. Simple habits like starting the day with meditation, setting aside time for reflection, or maintaining consistent sleep and exercise patterns reinforce a sense of balance. These rituals provide a framework that supports mental and emotional well-being, helping you navigate chaos with greater ease. Communication plays a key role in maintaining calm during interpersonal conflicts. Chaos in relationships often arises from misunderstandings or heightened emotions. Practicing active listening, where you focus on understanding rather than responding, diffuses tension and fosters connection. Clear, measured communication signals calmness and invites the same from others, transforming potential conflict into an opportunity for resolution. Gratitude offers another pathway to finding calm. Amidst chaos, it's easy to focus on what's wrong or missing. Gratitude shifts this focus, highlighting the positives that persist even in difficult times. Reflecting on small blessings, acts of kindness, or moments of beauty reminds you of the stability and goodness that coexist with chaos. Gratitude not only calms the mind, but also strengthens your resilience by fostering a sense of abundance. Physical movement is essential for managing the energy of chaos. Exercise releases tension, reduces stress hormones, and clears mental fog, providing clarity and calm. Activities like yoga or Tai Chi, which combine physical movement with mindful focus, are particularly effective for balancing the mind and body. Regular movement creates a reservoir of calm that can be drawn upon during turbulent moments. Letting go of perfectionism is another crucial aspect of cultivating calm. Chaos often feels more disruptive when paired with the unrealistic expectation that life should always be orderly or predictable. Accepting imperfections in yourself, others, and the world around you reduces resistance to chaos, making it easier to navigate with grace. This mindset shift frees you from unnecessary stress and allows you to focus on what truly matters. Engaging in creative activities provides an outlet for processing the emotions that chaos stirs. Writing, painting, playing music, or even cooking can channel frustration or uncertainty into something tangible and meaningful. Creativity offers a way to transform the energy of chaos into expression and insight, fostering both calm and clarity. Fostering a sense of purpose strengthens your ability to remain calm in the face of chaos. When you are connected to a larger goal or value, temporary disruptions feel less overwhelming. Purpose acts as a guiding star, reminding you of what is important and helping you navigate challenges with resilience. Aligning your actions with this sense of purpose creates a steady foundation, even when external circumstances are unpredictable. By cultivating inner calm through awareness, acceptance, and intentional practices, you transform chaos from a source of distress into an opportunity for growth. The world may be full of turbulence, but your response determines whether you're swept away or anchored in strength. True calmness is not the absence of chaos, but the ability to navigate it with clarity, resilience, and peace. Finding calm in the midst of chaos reveals a profound truth. Your environment does not dictate your inner state. This understanding leads to a deeper realization. Your circumstances, no matter how challenging, do not define who you are. Life's hardships, setbacks, or dramas may press against you, but they are not you. The ability to separate your identity from external events is one of the most liberating and empowering acts you can undertake. When you learn to redefine yourself beyond your circumstances, you reclaim the power to shape your life from within, unaffected by the turbulence around you. It's easy to tie your sense of self to the roles you play or the situations you face. A job loss might feel like failure, a broken relationship like inadequacy, or financial struggles like a lack of worth. This association happens because humans naturally seek meaning in their experiences, often turning external challenges into internal narratives. However, these narratives are not truths, they are interpretations. Learning to see them for what they are allows you to break free from their hold. Reframing is a powerful Stoic technique that helps you shift your perspective on difficulties. Instead of viewing challenges as defining failures, you begin to see them as opportunities for growth and self-discovery. When something goes wrong, it's not the end of your story, but a chapter in it, a moment that contributes to your development. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus emphasized that it's not events themselves that disturb us, but our judgments about them. This perspective invites you to question how you interpret your circumstances and consider alternative, more empowering narratives. Adversity often reveals strengths and capacities you didn't know you had. Struggles can teach resilience, patience, and creativity, qualities that enrich your life far beyond the moment of difficulty. When you face a setback, asking yourself what you can learn or how you can grow transforms the experience from something negative into something valuable. This mindset doesn't erase the challenge, but reframes it, placing the focus on your ability to navigate and adapt rather than the situation itself. Separating your identity from external challenges begins with self-awareness. Recognize the moments when you equate your worth with your circumstances. Do you feel less valuable because of a mistake, or overly dependent on success for a sense of identity? Identifying these patterns helps you untangle who you are from what you face. You are not your achievements, nor your failures. You are the one who persists, adapts, and grows despite them. Practicing gratitude strengthens this separation. Gratitude shifts attention from what's lacking to what's present and abundant, reminding you that your life holds value independent of its difficulties. When you acknowledge the aspects of your life that remain stable and meaningful, you reinforce the understanding that external challenges are temporary and do not define your essence. Resilience is built through intentional reflection. Looking back on past difficulties and recognizing how you overcame them provides evidence of your strength. These reflections remind you that while circumstances may have shaped your journey, they did not dictate your identity. Each challenge you've faced has contributed to the person you are today, not by defining you, but by offering opportunities for growth. Stoicism encourages a focus on internal virtues rather than external outcomes. Qualities like courage, integrity, and kindness remain within your control, no matter the chaos outside. Anchoring your sense of self to these inner virtues creates stability in an unstable world. When you prioritize who you are over what happens to you, you cultivate an unshakable foundation. Self-compassion is essential for redefining your identity. Life's difficulties often bring harsh self-criticism, as though facing challenges somehow reflects a personal failing. Treating yourself with kindness in these moments reminds you that hardship is a universal experience, not a personal indictment. Self-compassion reinforces the truth that your worth is inherent and untied to external events. Letting go of comparisons is another vital step. Comparing your circumstances to others often leads to feelings of inadequacy or resentment, as though your value diminishes in the face of someone else's success. But each person's path is unique, shaped by different challenges and opportunities. Your journey is not less meaningful because it looks different. Embracing this truth allows you to focus on your own growth without the distraction of external comparisons. Mindfulness reinforces the practice of living beyond your circumstances. By anchoring yourself in the present moment, you reduce the influence of past regrets or future anxieties. Mindfulness teaches you to experience life as it unfolds, recognizing that each moment offers something new and unconnected to what came before. This presence helps you see challenges as passing events rather than defining conditions. Purpose offers a guiding light in redefining your identity. When you connect to a purpose larger than any single circumstance, you create a sense of continuity that transcends external changes. Whether it's contributing to your community, nurturing relationships, or pursuing personal growth, purpose provides a steady sense of direction. It reminds you that your identity is shaped by your values and actions, not the challenges you face. Language plays a crucial role in how you perceive yourself. The words you use to describe your circumstances can either trap you or set you free. Saying, "I failed," assigns identity to a setback, while saying, "I experienced a failure," keeps the event separate from who you are. This subtle shift in language reinforces the understanding that external events are part of your journey, not a reflection of your worth. Community and connection help anchor you beyond your circumstances. Surrounding yourself with people who see and support your true self, regardless of external challenges, reinforces your sense of identity. These connections provide encouragement and perspective, reminding you that your value is not tied to your current situation. Sharing your experiences with trusted individuals also helps release the emotional weight of difficulties, creating space for clarity and growth. Developing rituals that nurture your sense of self creates a buffer against external challenges. Whether through journaling, meditation, or creative expression, these practices remind you of your inner world's richness. They offer moments of stillness and reflection, helping you reconnect with who you are beyond the noise of life's dramas. Physical well-being supports emotional and mental resilience, reinforcing your ability to separate yourself from your circumstances. Exercise, nutrition, and sleep all contribute to a stable foundation, allowing you to approach challenges with greater clarity and strength. Taking care of your body reminds you that your well-being is within your control, even when external events are not. Redefining your identity beyond circumstances is an act of liberation. It frees you from the belief that life's ups and downs dictate your worth or potential. By embracing this freedom, you create a life rooted in inner strength, clarity, and resilience. The world may bring challenges, but they do not define you. Who you are is shaped by how you navigate them, not by their presence. Recognizing that your identity is not bound by circumstances offers a profound sense of freedom. But even with this clarity, life has a way of testing your resolve through stress. Stress does not announce itself politely. It arrives uninvited, clouding your mind, tightening your body, and sometimes leaving you feeling stuck. While stress is often painted as the enemy, it carries a message, one that, when understood and acted upon, can be transformed into a powerful source of energy rather than a force of paralysis. The key lies in understanding stress as a signal rather than a limitation. Stress is a natural response to challenges. It's your body's way of alerting you to potential threats or demands, activating a state of heightened awareness to prepare you for action. However, when this response becomes prolonged or unmanaged, it shifts from being helpful to harmful. The problem is not stress itself, but how it is perceived and handled. By learning to decode the signals stress sends and taking deliberate steps to address its causes, you can prevent it from becoming a barrier. The first step in preventing stress from paralyzing you is to reframe how you view it. Instead of seeing stress as a sign of weakness or failure, recognize it as a call to action. Stress often arises when there is a gap between what you're facing and the resources you feel you have to handle it. This gap can lead to feelings of overwhelm, but it also highlights areas where growth or adjustment is needed. Viewing stress as an indicator rather than a verdict changes how you approach it, shifting from avoidance to engagement. Awareness of your stress triggers is essential. Pay attention to the situations, people, or tasks that consistently heighten your stress levels. Are there recurring patterns? Does your stress often stem from overcommitment, lack of clarity, or unresolved conflicts? Identifying these triggers allows you to address their root causes rather than merely reacting to their symptoms. With this understanding, you can take proactive steps to minimize or navigate stresses before they escalate. Managing stress requires building habits that create a foundation of resilience. One of the most effective habits is maintaining a structured routine. Chaos and unpredictability often amplify stress, while consistency provides a sense of stability. Starting your day with intentional practices like stretching, meditation, or journaling sets a positive tone and creates momentum. These routines act as an anchor, helping you stay grounded even when external pressures arise. Breathing techniques offer immediate relief during moments of acute stress. Stress often shortens your breath, creating a cycle where shallow breathing reinforces feelings of tension. Consciously practicing deep, diaphragmatic breathing helps break this cycle, calming your nervous system and restoring clarity. A simple exercise, such as inhaling for 4 counts, holding for 4, and exhaling for 6, signals your body to shift from a state of stress to one of relaxation. Physical activity is another cornerstone of stress management. Movement releases endorphins, which counteract the effects of stress hormones like cortisol. Regular exercise not only reduces stress in the moment, but also builds long-term resilience by improving mood and increasing energy levels. Activities like yoga or Tai Chi combine physical movement with mindfulness, offering a double benefit by calming both the body and mind. Nutrition plays a significant role in how your body handles stress. Certain foods, like those high in sugar or caffeine, can exacerbate stress by causing energy spikes and crashes. On the other hand, a balanced diet, rich in whole grains, lean proteins and vegetables, provides the nutrients your body needs to maintain steady energy and emotional balance. Staying hydrated is equally important, as dehydration can intensify feelings of fatigue and irritability. Sleep is often overlooked in stress management, yet it is one of the most critical factors. Stress disrupts sleep, and lack of sleep, in turn, heightens stress, creating a vicious cycle. Prioritizing restful sleep by maintaining a consistent bedtime, limiting screen time before bed, and creating a calming nighttime routine helps break this cycle. Quality sleep allows your mind and body to recover, improving your ability to handle stress during waking hours. Mindfulness practices strengthen your ability to respond to stress rather than react to it. By cultivating awareness of your thoughts and emotions without judgment, mindfulness helps you observe stress as it arises and choose how to address it. Techniques like meditation, body scans, or simply taking a few moments to focus on your surroundings bring you back to the present moment, reducing the intensity of stress and creating space for thoughtful action. Gratitude is a powerful counterbalance to stress. While stress often fixates on what's going wrong, gratitude shifts focus to what's going right. Taking time each day to reflect on things you appreciate, no matter how small, helps reframe your perspective and reduces feelings of overwhelm. Gratitude reminds you that even amidst challenges, there are aspects of your life that remain positive and stable. Clear communication is an often underestimated tool in stress management. Unspoken expectations, unresolved conflicts, or unclear instructions can all contribute to stress. Practicing assertive communication, expressing your needs and concerns clearly and respectfully, helps reduce misunderstandings and builds healthier relationships. When others understand your perspective and boundaries, it creates an environment of cooperation rather than conflict. Delegating tasks and seeking support is another important strategy. Stress often arises from feeling that you must handle everything alone. Recognizing when to ask for help or share responsibilities not only lightens your load, but also fosters a sense of connection and teamwork. Whether it's leaning on a trusted friend, consulting a mentor, or dividing tasks among colleagues, seeking support reinforces the idea that stress is not something you must face in isolation. Perspective-taking transforms how you experience stress. Stress tends to magnify problems, making them feel larger and more urgent than they often are. By stepping back and viewing the situation from a broader perspective, you can assess its true significance. Asking yourself questions like, will this matter a year from now? Or, what's the worst that could happen? Helps diffuse the intensity of stress and reminds you of the temporary nature of most challenges. Purpose provides a stabilizing force in the face of stress. When you are connected to a sense of purpose, stress becomes easier to bear because it is placed in the context of something meaningful. Purpose acts as a compass, guiding you through difficulties with a sense of direction and determination. Reflecting on your larger goals and values during stressful times reminds you why you are enduring the challenge and strengthens your resolve. Creative outlets offer a way to channel stress constructively. Engaging in activities like writing, painting, or playing music provides an emotional release and shifts focus away from stressors. Creativity transforms the energy of stress into something tangible and positive, helping you process emotions and gain clarity. These outlets also remind you of the joy and fulfillment that exist beyond stress, providing a sense of balance. Nature has a calming effect on the mind and body. Spending time outdoors, whether walking in a park, hiking, or simply sitting by a tree, reduces stress levels and restores a sense of perspective. Nature's rhythms remind you of life's continuity and stability, offering a counterbalance to the pressures of daily life. Even brief moments in nature can provide a sense of renewal and calm. Journaling serves as a tool for understanding and managing stress. Writing down your thoughts and feelings provides a structured way to process them, reducing their emotional weight. Journaling also helps you identify patterns, triggers, and solutions, offering insight into how you can better navigate stressful situations. By externalizing your thoughts, you create mental space for clarity and resolution. Flexibility is an essential mindset for preventing stress from paralyzing you. Rigidity in expectations or plans often amplifies stress when things don't go as intended. Adopting a flexible approach allows you to adapt to changing circumstances without becoming overwhelmed. Viewing unexpected changes as opportunities rather than setbacks fosters resilience and creativity, helping you navigate challenges with ease. Stress is not inherently negative. When approached with awareness and intention, it becomes a tool for growth and action. By understanding its signals, building habits that support resilience, and reframing its presence, you transform stress from a force of paralysis into a source of strength. The ability to face stress without being overwhelmed is not just a skill, but a gateway to a life of balance, clarity, and purpose. Stress, when managed thoughtfully, transforms from an overwhelming force into a motivating energy. However, the body and mind need tools to effectively channel this energy without becoming consumed by it. Among the simplest yet most profound tools lies one that is with you at every moment: your breath. Breathing, an act so automatic it's often overlooked, holds the power to reset your nervous system, stabilize your emotions, and bring clarity to even the most turbulent situations. When mastered, it becomes a gateway to calm, focus, and resilience. Conscious breathing is more than just inhaling and exhaling. It is a deliberate practice that engages your mind and body in harmony. When life's challenges trigger stress, your breathing often becomes shallow and rapid, signaling your nervous system to stay in a heightened state of alert. This response, though useful in immediate danger, becomes a detriment when prolonged, leaving you tense, fatigued, and emotionally drained. By taking control of your breath, you send a powerful message to your body. It's time to relax and regain balance. One of the most foundational breathing techniques is diaphragmatic breathing, also known as belly breathing. Unlike shallow chest breathing, which can perpetuate tension, diaphragmatic breathing encourages deep, full breaths that engage the diaphragm. This method increases oxygen flow, calms the nervous system, and promotes a sense of relaxation. To practice, place one hand on your chest and the other on your abdomen. Focus on expanding your abdomen as you inhale deeply through your nose and gently contracting it as you exhale. This simple technique grounds you in the present moment and creates an immediate sense of ease. The 4-7-8 breathing technique is another powerful tool for calming the mind and resetting the body. By extending the exhale, this method activates the parasympathetic nervous system, signaling your body to enter a state of rest and recovery. To begin, inhale through your nose for a count of 4. Hold your breath for a count of 7, and exhale slowly through your mouth for a count of 8. The deliberate pacing of this technique slows your heart rate, reduces anxiety, and enhances mental clarity, making it a valuable practice during moments of tension or before sleep. Alternate nostril breathing, a technique rooted in ancient yogic traditions, balances the body's energy and fosters mental focus. This practice involves closing one nostril while inhaling through the other then switching nostrils for the exhale. By alternating nostrils in a rhythmic pattern, you engage both hemispheres of the brain, promoting a sense of harmony and reducing stress. To try this technique, sit comfortably and use your thumb and ring finger to gently close one nostril at a time, following a steady and intentional rhythm. The beauty of conscious breathing lies in its accessibility. These techniques require no equipment, minimal time, and can be practiced almost anywhere. Whether you're stuck in traffic, preparing for a presentation, or seeking calm after a heated discussion, conscious breathing offers a discreet yet effective way to reset your state of mind. The act of focusing on your breath shifts attention away from external stresses, grounding you in the immediacy of the moment. Breathing also plays a vital role in enhancing focus and productivity. When faced with demanding tasks, the mind often scatters under pressure, making it difficult to concentrate. A few minutes of intentional breathing refocuses your energy, clearing mental clutter and sharpening your attention. Techniques like box breathing, which involves inhaling, holding, exhaling, and pausing for equal counts, create a rhythmic pattern that steadies both the mind and body. This practice not only reduces stress, but also enhances your ability to stay present and engaged. Beyond its immediate benefits, consistent practice of conscious breathing cultivates long-term resilience. Over time, these techniques rewire your nervous system to respond more calmly to stress, creating a baseline of tranquility that is harder to disrupt. Regular breathing exercises also improve cardiovascular health, lower blood pressure, and enhance overall well-being, making them a cornerstone of both mental and physical health. The connection between breath and emotion is profound. Shallow, erratic breathing often accompanies feelings of fear, anger, or anxiety, while deep, steady breaths signal calmness and confidence. By consciously altering your breathing patterns, you gain influence over your emotional state. This ability to self-regulate fosters emotional intelligence, allowing you to navigate difficult conversations, manage conflicts, and approach challenges with greater composure. Conscious breathing also deepens your connection to mindfulness. In moments of uncertainty or overwhelm, focusing on the breath serves as a bridge to the present. This practice quiets the noise of intrusive thoughts and worries, anchoring you in what is immediate and real. Each breath becomes a reminder of your capacity to find stability within, even when the world around you feels chaotic. Integrating conscious breathing into your daily routine amplifies its benefits. Starting the day with a few minutes of intentional breathing sets a tone of calm and focus, while ending the day with a breathing practice helps release accumulated tension and prepares the mind for restful sleep. Incorporating breathing into transitions, such as before a meeting, after a commute, or during a break, creates moments of reset that sustain your energy and clarity throughout the day. The act of breathing is deeply personal, yet its impact extends beyond the individual. When you breathe consciously, your calm presence influences those around you. Whether in a family setting, a workplace, or a social gathering, your steadiness becomes a source of comfort and inspiration for others. By mastering your breath, you not only enhance your well-being, but also contribute to creating an environment of calm and connection. Breathing is a simple, natural act, yet its potential to transform your mental and physical state is extraordinary. By practicing techniques like diaphragmatic breathing, 4 to 7-8 breathing, and alternate nostril breathing, you unlock the power to reset your nervous system, regulate your emotions, and approach life's challenges with clarity and resilience. The breath, often taken for granted, becomes a powerful ally in your journey toward balance and empowerment. In mastering it, you master yourself. Mastering your breath is a gateway to calm and clarity, but its power extends even further. It serves as a foundation for transforming how your brain handles challenges. The ability to reshape your mental and emotional responses is not fixed. It is governed by a remarkable process called neuroplasticity. This capability allows your brain to adapt, learn, and grow, even in adulthood. Building mental resilience through neuroplasticity is not just about coping with stress, but about reprogramming your mind to thrive in adversity and maintain focus in an ever-changing world. Neuroplasticity refers to the brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections. These connections are influenced by your experiences, thoughts, and habits. When faced with repeated patterns of stress, the brain often reinforces pathways that amplify anxiety, fear, or negative thinking. However, with deliberate effort, these pathways can be rewired to favor calm, resilience, and clarity. The brain is not static. It is a dynamic organ that evolves with consistent training, much like a muscle. The first step in harnessing neuroplasticity is understanding that your thoughts shape your brain. When you focus on negative outcomes or dwell on fears, your brain strengthens the neural circuits associated with those patterns. Conversely, practicing positive and constructive thinking builds pathways that promote resilience and well-being. This means that your habitual thoughts are not just reflections of your mindset. They actively mold your mental landscape. Consistency is key in rewiring thought patterns. Daily practices that focus on calm and focus gradually reshape your brain's default responses. Mindfulness meditation is one of the most effective tools for this purpose. By sitting quietly and observing your thoughts without judgment, you train your mind to detach from distractions and focus on the present. Over time, this practice strengthens the brain's ability to regulate attention and reduces the impact of stress-inducing thoughts. Gratitude journaling is another daily practice that leverages neuroplasticity. Writing down 3 things you are grateful for each day shifts your focus from what is lacking to what is abundant in your life. This simple exercise trains the brain to seek positive experiences, rewiring it to notice opportunities and joys instead of fixating on challenges. Over time, gratitude becomes a natural lens through which you view the world. Engaging in tasks that challenge your cognitive abilities also enhances neuroplasticity. Learning a new skill, such as playing a musical instrument or speaking a new language, pushes your brain to adapt and grow. These activities not only improve your mental agility, but also create new neural connections that bolster resilience. When your brain is accustomed to learning and adapting, it becomes more capable of navigating unexpected challenges with clarity and creativity. Visualization is a powerful technique that combines focus with imagination to reshape your neural pathways. By vividly picturing yourself succeeding in a challenging situation or remaining calm under pressure, you train your brain to associate those outcomes with your efforts. This mental rehearsal creates a blueprint for how you respond to real-life scenarios, reinforcing pathways of confidence and resilience. Physical activity plays a significant role in building mental resilience. Exercise increases the production of brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF, a protein that supports the growth and maintenance of neural connections. Activities like running, swimming, or even brisk walking enhance your brain's capacity to adapt and recover from stress. Incorporating movement into your daily routine ensures that your brain remains flexible and capable of growth. Sleep is an essential component of neuroplasticity. During sleep, the brain consolidates memories, processes emotions, and repairs neural pathways. Lack of sleep impairs these processes, reducing your ability to adapt and respond to challenges effectively. Prioritizing restful sleep through consistent bedtime routines and minimizing distractions ensures that your brain has the resources it needs to thrive. Meditative practices like focused breathing or body scans further strengthen the brain's resilience. These techniques train the mind to observe without reacting, reducing emotional reactivity and enhancing focus. Regular practice not only calms the nervous system, but also reinforces the neural circuits associated with emotional regulation and clarity. Self-compassion plays a critical role in rewiring your brain for resilience. Treating yourself with kindness when facing setbacks reduces the stress response and promotes problem-solving. Self-compassionate thoughts activate regions of the brain associated with care and reassurance, creating a supportive internal dialogue that fosters growth. Over time, this practice replaces self-criticism with constructive and empowering patterns. Neuroplasticity also thrives on novelty. Trying new experiences, exploring unfamiliar environments, or engaging in creative projects stimulates the brain's adaptability. These activities challenge existing neural pathways, encouraging the formation of new connections that enhance mental flexibility. Embracing novelty trains your brain to see change as an opportunity rather than a threat, building resilience to uncertainty. Engaging in meaningful social interactions strengthens neural pathways related to empathy, communication, and connection. Conversations that challenge your perspective or deepen understanding foster growth, while supportive relationships create a foundation for resilience. Surrounding yourself with people who encourage growth and positivity reinforces the brain's capacity for thriving under pressure. Stress management is integral to neuroplasticity. Chronic stress damages neural pathways, reducing the brain's ability to adapt. Practices like yoga, tai chi, or spending time in nature counteract these effects, promoting relaxation and repair. By prioritizing activities that reduce stress, you create an environment where your brain can grow and strengthen rather than deteriorate. Focusing on incremental progress rather than perfection amplifies the effects of neuroplasticity. Each small step you take toward building resilience reinforces the associated neural pathways, creating a positive feedback loop. Over time, these small actions compound, resulting in significant changes in how your brain handles challenges. By embracing neuroplasticity, you transform your brain into an ally in your journey toward resilience. Each thought, action, and habit contributes to a mental framework that supports calm, focus, and growth. Building resilience is not about eliminating challenges, but about equipping yourself to navigate them with clarity and strength. Your brain, capable of infinite adaptation, holds the power to redefine how you experience and respond to the world. The mind's ability to adapt and grow through deliberate practices reveals a profound truth. Your daily habits are the building blocks of your mental resilience and peace. While the brain's neuroplasticity lays the foundation for change, it is the consistent, small actions you take each day that shape your experience of calm and focus. Cultivating a calm mind is not a distant goal, but an ongoing process, grounded in routines that bring clarity and stability to your life. The way you start your day sets the tone for everything that follows. Mornings are a powerful opportunity to anchor yourself before the demands of the day take hold. By establishing a mindful morning routine, you create space for intention and balance, setting the foundation for a calm and focused mind. This practice doesn't require elaborate rituals. It's about dedicating time to reconnect with yourself before engaging with the outside world. Mindful mornings begin with awareness. Instead of reaching for your phone or diving into tasks immediately upon waking, take a few moments to center yourself. Deep breathing helps you transition from rest to wakefulness, bringing oxygen to your brain and signaling your body to awaken gently. By starting your day with calm and deliberate breaths, you establish a rhythm that can carry through the hours ahead. Gratitude journaling is one of the most transformative habits for cultivating a calm mind. Taking just a few minutes each morning to write down things you are thankful for shifts your focus from what is lacking to what is abundant. This practice rewires your brain to seek positivity, fostering a sense of contentment and resilience. Gratitude doesn't ignore challenges, but provides balance, reminding you of the good that coexists with difficulty. Over time, this habit becomes a lens through which you approach your day, reinforcing calm and optimism. Mindfulness can also be woven into simple morning activities. Drinking your coffee or tea slowly, savoring its warmth and flavor, transforms an ordinary act into a moment of presence. Paying attention to the sensation of water during a shower or noticing the light streaming through a window grounds you in the immediacy of the present. These small moments create a sense of connection to your surroundings, reducing mental clutter and setting a serene tone. Setting boundaries is another essential habit for cultivating a calm mind. These boundaries are not just about saying no to others, but also about defining what you need to thrive. For example, setting limits on morning interruptions allows you to preserve the tranquility you've created. This could mean dedicating a specific block of time to your routine before engaging with work or family obligations. Clear boundaries protect your energy and reinforce the importance of prioritizing your mental well-being. Physical activity is an effective way to integrate calm into your daily habits. Whether it's a gentle yoga session, a brisk walk, or a few minutes of stretching, movement helps release tension and invigorates your mind. Morning exercise encourages the release of endorphins, creating a positive mood and preparing you to handle challenges with ease. These movements also connect you to your body, reinforcing the harmony between physical and mental calm. Nurturing creativity in the morning can be a powerful addition to your routine. Whether it's writing, drawing, or playing music, engaging in a creative activity before the day's demands begin fosters a sense of fulfillment and balance. Creativity allows you to express emotions, explore ideas, and cultivate joy, anchoring your mind in a state of flow that carries over into your tasks. Incorporating moments of reflection strengthens your ability to cultivate calm throughout the day. Taking time to think about your goals, values, or intentions creates a sense of purpose and direction. This reflection doesn't have to be extensive. Even a brief moment to ask yourself, "What is my focus today?" or "How can I approach challenges with calm and clarity?" sets a positive framework for your actions. Simplifying your morning environment supports a calm mind. Clutter, both physical and mental, can create a sense of chaos before the day even begins. By organizing your space and minimizing distractions, you create an environment that fosters focus and relaxation. This simplicity extends to your digital life as well. Avoiding emails or social media first thing in the morning preserves your mental energy and allows you to approach the day with intention. Connecting with nature is another habit that promotes calm and resilience. Spending even a few moments outside, feeling the fresh air, or listening to birdsong provides a grounding sense of connection to the world around you. Nature's rhythms remind you of the stability and continuity that exist amidst life's demands, offering a sense of perspective that fosters peace. Developing a consistent sleep routine enhances your ability to maintain calm throughout the day. Waking up and going to bed at the same time regulates your body's internal clock, ensuring you begin each day refreshed and ready to engage with your habits. Quality sleep supports emotional regulation, cognitive function, and resilience, all of which are essential for cultivating a calm mind. Daily habits also extend beyond the morning. Incorporating moments of mindfulness and reflection into your day helps maintain the calm you've established. Taking short breaks to breathe deeply, stretch, or simply observe your surroundings prevents stress from accumulating and allows you to reset your focus. These moments act as checkpoints, ensuring you remain connected to your intentions. Evening rituals play a role in reinforcing the habits that cultivate calm. Ending your day with gratitude, reflection, or a calming activity like reading or journaling helps you transition into rest and prepare for the next morning. These rituals signal to your mind and body that it's time to unwind, creating a cycle of calm that carries into the following day. Each habit you build contributes to a cumulative sense of calm and resilience. These routines are not about perfection, but consistency, small, deliberate actions that shape how you experience your day. By prioritizing habits that nurture your mind, body, and spirit, you create a foundation for clarity, focus, and peace. The calm mind you cultivate through these practices is not just a reaction to life's challenges, but a proactive choice, empowering you to approach each day with serenity and strength. The daily habits that anchor your mind in calmness do not exist in isolation. They are deeply intertwined with the state of your body. The connection between body and mind is profound, with each influencing the other in ways that shape your emotional resilience and overall sense of balance. The care you provide for your physical self becomes the foundation upon which mental clarity, focus, and calm are built. When you prioritize your body's well-being, you unlock the mind's full potential to thrive. The link between physical well-being and emotional health is both immediate and long-term. Stress, anxiety, and tension often manifest physically, tightening muscles, quickening the heartbeat, and disrupting sleep. Addressing these physical symptoms through intentional care creates a ripple effect, reducing mental strain and enhancing resilience. Exercise, relaxation techniques, and nutrition are not merely supportive. They are essential to maintaining a calm mind in the face of life's challenges. Physical activity is one of the most effective ways to strengthen the connection between body and mind. Movement engages the body in ways that release tension and stimulate the production of endorphins, the brain's natural mood elevators. Whether it's a brisk walk, a dance session, or strength training, regular exercise creates a sense of vitality and reduces the buildup of stress hormones like cortisol. The rhythm of movement, whether steady or dynamic, pulls your focus away from intrusive thoughts, grounding you in the present and fostering mental clarity. Mindful movement amplifies these benefits. Practices such as yoga and Tai Chi emphasize intentionality, combining physical exercise with mental focus. These disciplines teach you to move with awareness, linking breath to motion in ways that calm the nervous system and cultivate inner balance. By focusing on the alignment of body and breath, these practices transform movement into a meditative experience, offering both physical rejuvenation and mental tranquility. Relaxation techniques extend the body-mind connection by directly addressing the physical manifestations of stress. Progressive muscle relaxation, for instance, involves systematically tensing and then releasing each muscle group, creating a profound sense of physical and mental release. This practice reduces tension that often goes unnoticed, helping you become more attuned to your body's needs and fostering a state of calm. Breathing exercises also bridge the physical and mental. When stress activates the fight or flight response, the breath often becomes shallow and rapid, signaling to the body that it is in a state of alarm. Conscious breathing techniques, such as diaphragmatic or 4-7-8 breathing, counteract this response, promoting relaxation and restoring balance. The breath acts as a dialogue between body and mind, with each deliberate inhale and exhale reinforcing calm and resilience. Nutrition plays a pivotal role in maintaining the harmony between body and mind. The foods you consume directly impact your energy levels, mood, and cognitive function. A diet rich in whole grains, lean proteins, healthy fats, and an abundance of fruits and vegetables provides the nutrients your body needs to support mental clarity and emotional stability. Certain foods, such as those high in omega-3 fatty acids or antioxidants, are particularly effective in reducing inflammation and boosting brain health, creating a fertile ground for calm and focus. Hydration is another essential component. Even mild dehydration can impair cognitive function and increase irritability, making it harder to maintain a calm mind. Drinking enough water throughout the day ensures that your body operates efficiently, supporting both physical and mental resilience. Sleep is where the body and mind find their deepest connection. During rest, the body repairs itself, and the brain processes emotions and consolidates memories. Poor sleep disrupts these processes, leading to heightened stress, reduced focus, and emotional instability. Establishing a consistent sleep routine, minimizing disruptions, and creating a calming bedtime environment ensure that both body and mind are well rested and prepared to navigate challenges with clarity. The role of physical posture in influencing mental states is often underestimated. Slouched or tense posture not only reflects stress, but also reinforces it, sending signals to the brain that amplify feelings of anxiety or overwhelm. Practicing good posture, standing tall, sitting with alignment, or engaging in stretches that open the chest and shoulders, promotes a sense of confidence and ease, positively impacting your mental state. Grounding exercises connect the body and mind to the present moment, countering feelings of distraction or overwhelm. Techniques such as standing barefoot on the ground, focusing on the sensations of touch, or engaging in light stretches provide immediate physical feedback, pulling your attention away from intrusive thoughts and anchoring you in reality. These practices cultivate a sense of stability and reinforce the body-mind bond. Engaging with nature strengthens the relationship between physical well-being and mental calm. Time spent outdoors, whether walking through a forest, sitting by a body of water, or tending a garden, reduces stress and promotes a sense of connection to something greater. The natural rhythms of sunlight, fresh air, and the sounds of the environment soothe the nervous system and restore balance to both body and mind. Mindful eating reinforces the body-mind connection by transforming meals into opportunities for presence and gratitude, eating slowly, savoring each bite, and noticing flavors and textures engages your senses and promotes a sense of calm. This practice not only enhances digestion, but also reduces the tendency to eat in response to stress, fostering a healthier relationship with food and your body. Community and connection are vital for holistic well-being. Sharing meals, participating in group physical activities, or simply engaging in supportive conversations strengthens both your body and mind. These interactions create a sense of belonging, which buffers stress and reinforces resilience, reminding you that you are part of a network of mutual support. Physical self-care extends beyond exercise and nutrition to include practices like massage, stretching, or even taking a warm bath. These acts of care release physical tension and create moments of relaxation, allowing your mind to follow suit. The simple act of tending to your body communicates self-respect and reinforces the importance of balance. By honoring the connection between body and mind, you create a harmonious foundation for navigating life's challenges. The state of your physical health directly impacts your mental and emotional resilience, shaping how you experience and respond to the world. Each act of care for your body becomes a step toward a calmer, clearer, and more balanced mind. In prioritizing this connection, you empower yourself to face life with strength and serenity. The connection between your body and mind forms a powerful foundation for personal calm, but the ripples of that calm extend far beyond the self. Relationships, whether personal or professional, thrive or falter based on the emotional energy exchanged within them. Calmness in your interactions with others has the power to diffuse conflicts, deepen connections, and inspire harmony. It is not merely a passive quality, but an active force, shaping how you communicate, listen, and respond. In moments of tension, emotions often take center stage. Raised voices, sharp words, and defensive reactions can escalate even minor disagreements into significant rifts. However, when one person remains composed, the entire dynamic of the interaction shifts. Calmness acts as an anchor, stabilizing the conversation and creating space for understanding. This steadiness signals safety and encourages others to lower their own defenses, paving the way for resolution rather than escalation. Active listening is a cornerstone of calm communication. Often during conflicts or tense discussions, the focus shifts from understanding to responding. Instead of truly hearing the other person, attention is divided between formulating counterarguments and reacting emotionally. Active listening, by contrast, is a deliberate effort to fully engage with what the other person is saying. This involves maintaining eye contact, observing non-verbal cues, and avoiding interruptions. By showing genuine interest, you demonstrate respect and empathy, which fosters trust and diffuses hostility. Responding with empathy further strengthens connections. Empathy goes beyond acknowledging the words being spoken. It involves understanding and validating the emotions behind them. Phrases like, "I can see how that might feel frustrating," or "It sounds like this has been difficult for you," convey that you are not only listening, but also caring. These responses build a bridge between perspectives, reducing the intensity of conflict and opening the door to collaboration. Remaining calm in relationships requires emotional awareness. Often, heated interactions are fueled not just by the immediate issue, but by underlying triggers or past experiences. By recognizing your own emotional responses, you gain the ability to pause and choose your words and actions more intentionally. This self-regulation prevents you from reacting impulsively and keeps the focus on constructive dialogue rather than emotional outbursts. Setting boundaries is another essential aspect of calmness in relationships. Boundaries clarify what is acceptable and what is not, protecting your well-being while also promoting mutual respect. When established with firmness and kindness, boundaries create a framework within which relationships can flourish. For instance, calmly stating, "I need some time to process before we continue this conversation," not only preserves your peace, but also models healthy communication. The tone and pace of your speech play a significant role in fostering calm interactions. Speaking slowly, using a steady voice, and choosing words carefully communicate a sense of control and thoughtfulness. These elements create an environment where others feel heard and respected, encouraging them to mirror the same calmness. A composed tone helps de-escalate tension, making it easier to address issues without unnecessary drama. Non-verbal communication also influences the emotional climate of a relationship. Your body language, such as maintaining an open posture, nodding, or offering a gentle smile, signals receptiveness and warmth. These cues complement your words, reinforcing the message that you are engaged and approachable. Calm, consistent non-verbal communication can often convey more than words, especially in emotionally charged situations. Practicing mindfulness in your interactions enhances your ability to remain calm. Mindfulness teaches you to stay present, focusing on the current moment rather than being pulled into past grievances or future anxieties. When applied to relationships, mindfulness helps you approach conversations with curiosity and patience, reducing the likelihood of misunderstandings. This practice allows you to respond to what is actually happening rather than reacting based on assumptions or projections. Conflict resolution benefits immensely from calmness. Disagreements are inevitable in any relationship, but how they are handled determines their impact. Approaching conflict with a composed demeanor shifts the focus from blame to problem-solving. Asking questions like, "How can we address this together?" or "What do you need in this situation?" invites collaboration and demonstrates a commitment to finding common ground. This approach turns conflict into an opportunity for growth and understanding rather than a source of division. Gratitude is another powerful tool for cultivating calm relationships. Expressing appreciation for the positive aspects of a connection, even during challenging times, fosters goodwill and reinforces the bond. Gratitude shifts the focus from what is lacking to what is valued, creating an atmosphere of mutual respect and affection. Simple acknowledgements like, "I appreciate how you handled that situation," or "Thank you for sharing your perspective," go a long way in strengthening emotional ties. Patience is essential in maintaining calmness, especially when emotions are running high. Allowing others the time and space to express themselves without rushing to conclusions demonstrates respect and creates room for deeper understanding. This patience is particularly valuable when dealing with individuals who struggle to articulate their feelings or who may be processing emotions in their own time. Your willingness to wait and listen signals that their voice matters, fostering trust and openness. Calmness in relationships also involves forgiving and letting go of grudges. Holding on to resentment not only damages the connection, but also creates emotional turmoil for yourself. Forgiveness does not mean condoning harmful behavior, but releasing the emotional burden it creates. By choosing to move forward rather than dwelling on past hurts, you free yourself to approach the relationship with renewed positivity and perspective. Creating rituals of connection reinforces calmness and harmony. These rituals can be as simple as sharing a meal without distractions, engaging in a weekly check-in conversation, or expressing daily affirmations of care. These moments of intentional connection strengthen the foundation of the relationship, making it more resilient to stress and misunderstandings. Self-care supports your ability to remain calm in relationships. When your own needs are met through rest, relaxation, and personal growth, you are better equipped to approach others with patience and understanding. Neglecting self-care often leads to burnout, which can manifest as irritability or disengagement in relationships. Prioritizing your well-being ensures that you bring your best self to your interactions. The calmness you cultivate within yourself radiates outward, influencing not only your relationships, but also the broader environment around you. When you remain composed and empathetic, you inspire those around you to approach challenges with the same demeanor. This ripple effect transforms relationships into sources of support and joy, enriching your life and the lives of those you connect with. Calmness in relationships is not just a tool for harmony. It is a gift of presence and care that deepens every bond. The calmness you bring into relationships reflects the strength of your inner world. This inner strength doesn't arise by accident. It is cultivated deliberately through practices that nurture clarity, self-awareness, and emotional resilience. Among these practices, meditation stands as a timeless tool that transcends challenges and anchors the mind in a state of purposeful calm. For the Stoics, meditation was not merely a passive activity, but a powerful superpower that shaped their responses to life's uncertainties and elevated their sense of control and meaning. Meditation in the Stoic tradition is a practice of reflection and preparation. It involves engaging deeply with thoughts, understanding their origins, and aligning them with one's principles and goals. This reflective process sharpens the mind, helping it detach from distractions and focus on what truly matters. For the Stoics, meditation was both a shield against life's inevitable difficulties and a compass guiding them toward virtue and purpose. One of the most profound Stoic meditative practices is premeditatio malorum, or the premeditation of evils. This technique involves contemplating potential challenges and adversities before they occur. Far from promoting pessimism, this practice strengthens mental fortitude by preparing the mind for whatever may come. When you take time to reflect on possible setbacks or hardships, you reduce the element of surprise and equip yourself with a composed readiness to face them. Premeditatio malorum invites you to confront your fears rather than avoid them. By visualizing potential difficulties, you transform fear into understanding. This process allows you to devise strategies for overcoming obstacles and reaffirms your confidence in your ability to endure. When challenges eventually arise, you are less likely to be overwhelmed because you have already considered them and prepared yourself emotionally and mentally. Memento mori, or the contemplation of mortality, is another Stoic meditative practice that deepens self-awareness and focus. Reflecting on the finite nature of life instills a sense of urgency and gratitude. It reminds you that time is your most precious resource, encouraging you to live fully and purposefully. Memento mori is not about fearing death, but about using its inevitability as a motivator to prioritize what truly matters. This practice grounds you in the present by highlighting the fleeting nature of existence. Each moment becomes an opportunity to align with your values, express love, and contribute meaningfully. The awareness of mortality sharpens your decision-making, helping you focus on what adds value to your life rather than what drains it. By meditating on this truth, you cultivate a deep sense of perspective, enabling you to navigate life's challenges with greater clarity and resilience. Meditation, as the Stoics practiced it, also involves daily self-reflection. At the end of each day, they would examine their actions, thoughts, and intentions, asking questions like, "Did I act in alignment with my principles?" Or, "How can I improve tomorrow?" This practice fosters accountability and growth, ensuring that each day builds upon the last in a meaningful way. Reflection helps identify patterns and areas for improvement, transforming mistakes into lessons and reinforcing a sense of purpose. Mindfulness, a concept closely aligned with Stoic meditation, involves fully engaging with the present moment. For the Stoics, mindfulness was about staying attuned to what is within your control while letting go of what is not. This focus on the here and now prevents the mind from being pulled into regrets about the past or anxieties about the future. By practicing mindfulness, you develop the ability to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively, maintaining a state of composure even in challenging situations. Meditation also strengthens the connection between thought and action. By reflecting on your intentions and aligning them with your values, you ensure that your actions are deliberate and meaningful. This alignment creates a sense of integrity and consistency, reducing internal conflict and enhancing your overall sense of peace. Meditation becomes a tool for living authentically, rooted in clarity and purpose. The benefits of meditation extend beyond mental clarity. They also influence physical well-being. Regular meditative practice reduces stress, lowers blood pressure, and promotes relaxation, creating a harmonious balance between body and mind. This synergy enhances your ability to face life's demands with energy and focus, reinforcing the idea that meditation is not a retreat from life, but a preparation for it. Stoic meditation emphasizes detachment from external outcomes. By focusing on your efforts rather than the results, you free yourself from the stress of trying to control what lies beyond your influence. This detachment fosters resilience as you learn to find fulfillment in the process itself rather than in external validation. Meditation becomes a practice of aligning your internal state with your actions, creating a sense of calm that is not dependent on external circumstances. Meditation also fosters compassion and empathy, both for yourself and others. By reflecting on your own thoughts and emotions, you develop a deeper understanding of the human experience. This understanding extends outward, enhancing your ability to connect with and support others. Compassionate meditation involves wishing well for others, even those who challenge you, cultivating a sense of interconnectedness that transcends conflict. The practice of visualization is a key element of Stoic meditation. Visualizing yourself remaining calm and composed in difficult situations reinforces these qualities in your mind, making them more accessible when needed. This mental rehearsal strengthens your ability to respond thoughtfully and effectively, turning potential stresses into opportunities for growth and self-mastery. Consistency is vital for reaping the full benefits of meditation. Regular practice, even for a few minutes each day, builds the habit of reflection and focus. Over time, this consistency transforms meditation from an activity into a way of life, shaping how you approach challenges, relationships, and personal growth. The cumulative effect of this practice enhances your ability to maintain calm, clarity, and purpose in all areas of life. Meditation as a Stoic superpower is not about escaping reality, but engaging with it more effectively. It equips you with the tools to navigate life's uncertainties with grace and resilience, fostering a sense of control and meaning even in the face of adversity. By embracing the practices of premeditatio malorum, memento mori, and daily reflection, you cultivate a mind that is both clear and unshakable, ready to face whatever the world may bring. Through meditation, you discover not just peace, but the strength and purpose to live fully and authentically. The clarity and strength cultivated through Stoic meditation offer a firm foundation for navigating the complexities of life. However, clarity alone is not enough. The unpredictability of life demands more than a steady mind. It calls for flexibility and adaptability. The ability to shift perspectives, adjust plans, and find growth in the midst of uncertainty is a skill that elevates resilience to a transformative level. Mental flexibility, guided by Stoic principles, becomes the art of bending without breaking, adapting without losing oneself, and thriving amidst change. Adaptability is not about surrendering to chaos, but about flowing with it. Life's circumstances are rarely static. They evolve, often unexpectedly. Holding rigidly to a single plan or perspective can lead to frustration and unnecessary suffering. Mental flexibility is the ability to recognize when change is inevitable and respond with creativity and wisdom. This adaptability transforms challenges from threats into opportunities, allowing you to navigate unpredictability with a calm and open mind. One of the keys to adaptability is the practice of detachment from fixed outcomes. Stoicism teaches the importance of focusing on what is within your control, your actions, thoughts, and attitudes, while releasing attachment to results. This shift in perspective reduces resistance to change, enabling you to respond to new circumstances without being consumed by disappointment or frustration. Detachment fosters a sense of freedom, allowing you to move forward with clarity even when plans shift. Reframing is another powerful tool for cultivating mental flexibility. When faced with a challenge, the initial response may be resistance or fear. However, by reframing the situation, you can uncover its potential for growth or learning. Asking questions like, "What can I gain from this experience?" or "How can this challenge make me stronger?" shifts the focus from what is lost to what can be gained. This perspective not only eases the emotional burden of change, but also opens the door to innovation and resilience. Self-awareness is essential for mental flexibility. Recognizing your emotional and cognitive patterns allows you to identify when rigidity or fear is holding you back. By observing your reactions to change, you can choose to approach situations with curiosity rather than resistance. This shift creates space for thoughtful responses, enabling you to adapt without losing your sense of purpose or values. Cultivating a growth mindset strengthens adaptability. This mindset, rooted in the belief that abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort, encourages you to view challenges as opportunities for learning rather than as insurmountable obstacles. A growth mindset aligns closely with Stoic principles, emphasizing the value of perseverance, reflection, and continuous improvement. By embracing this perspective, you transform setbacks into stepping stones and failures into lessons. Flexibility in thought is equally important as adaptability in action. The ability to consider multiple perspectives and entertain new ideas expands your capacity to navigate complexity. Stoicism encourages openness to differing viewpoints, fostering dialogue and collaboration rather than conflict. This openness not only enhances problem-solving, but also builds stronger relationships as it demonstrates respect and willingness to understand others. Practicing mindfulness supports mental flexibility by grounding you in the present moment. Change often brings uncertainty, which can lead to anxiety about the future or regret about the past. Mindfulness keeps your focus on what is immediate and actionable, reducing the mental clutter that can hinder adaptability. By staying present, you enhance your ability to respond effectively to changing circumstances. Stoic-inspired techniques such as voluntary discomfort prepare the mind for adaptability. By intentionally exposing yourself to minor inconveniences or challenges, you build resilience and reduce fear of the unknown. This practice trains you to face change with equanimity as you become accustomed to stepping outside your comfort zone. Voluntary discomfort fosters a sense of confidence in your ability to handle uncertainty, making adaptability a natural response rather than a forced effort. Embracing ambiguity is another critical aspect of mental flexibility. Life rarely provides clear answers or predictable outcomes. Learning to be comfortable with uncertainty allows you to navigate complexity with a sense of ease. Instead of demanding certainty, you approach situations with curiosity and openness, ready to explore possibilities and adapt as needed. Setting flexible goals aligns with the principles of adaptability. While having a clear direction is important, allowing room for adjustments ensures that unexpected changes do not derail your progress. Flexible goals acknowledge that the path to success is rarely linear, and that detours often lead to valuable experiences and insights. This approach combines clarity of purpose with openness to change, creating a balance between structure and adaptability. Building adaptability also involves nurturing emotional resilience. Change often stirs emotions such as fear, frustration, or sadness. By acknowledging and processing these emotions, rather than suppressing them, you create space for growth. Emotional resilience enables you to face change with compassion for yourself and others, turning difficult transitions into opportunities for deeper connection and understanding. Physical practices, such as exercise and relaxation techniques, contribute to mental flexibility by supporting overall resilience. A healthy body provides the energy and stability needed to navigate change effectively. Activities that combine movement with mindfulness, such as yoga or tai chi, enhance the connection between body and mind, reinforcing your ability to adapt with grace and strength. Adaptability also involves letting go of perfectionism. The pursuit of flawless outcomes often leads to rigidity and resistance to change. By embracing imperfection and focusing on progress rather than perfection, you free yourself to explore new possibilities and learn from mistakes. This mindset encourages experimentation and creativity, both of which are essential for thriving in unpredictable situations. Community and connection play a vital role in fostering adaptability. Engaging with others who have diverse perspectives and experiences broadens your understanding and provides support during times of change. Collaborative problem-solving and shared insights enrich your ability to adapt, reminding you that you are not navigating uncertainty alone. Gratitude is a stabilizing force in the face of change. While adaptability requires openness to new experiences, gratitude grounds you in what remains constant and meaningful. Reflecting on the people, values, and opportunities that persist through change provides a sense of stability and purpose, reinforcing your ability to navigate transitions with resilience. Ultimately, mental flexibility and adaptability are about finding harmony between acceptance and action. Acceptance allows you to acknowledge the reality of change without resistance, while action empowers you to respond with intention and creativity. This balance, guided by Stoic principles, transforms uncertainty into a canvas for growth and possibility. By cultivating these qualities, you equip yourself to face life's unpredictability with calm, clarity, and confidence. Adaptability opens the door to navigating life's changes with grace, but setbacks often feel like unwelcome visitors that test our resilience. They disrupt plans, unsettle routines, and provoke emotions we'd rather avoid. Yet, within every setback lies a hidden opportunity, a chance to grow stronger, wiser, and more capable. Transforming setbacks into stepping stones requires more than endurance. It calls for a shift in perspective that redefines challenges as invitations to evolve. When a setback occurs, it often triggers an instinctive response of frustration, fear, or even defeat. These emotions, though natural, can cloud judgment and block the clarity needed to move forward. The key to transforming setbacks begins with acknowledging these emotions without becoming overwhelmed by them. Recognizing frustration as a signal rather than a barrier allows you to pause, reflect, and begin redirecting your energy towards solutions rather than staying stuck in the problem. Viewing setbacks as opportunity starts with understanding that growth is rarely linear. Progress often involves detours, pauses, and re-evaluations. What feels like a roadblock in the moment may later reveal itself as a necessary step in your journey. The detour forces you to look at your situation from a different angle, offering insights and solutions that might have otherwise gone unnoticed. This reframing transforms the setback from a source of despair into a catalyst for innovation. Shifting your mindset from frustration to resilience requires deliberate effort. Instead of focusing solely on what has been lost or delayed, explore what can be gained. Asking questions like, "What can this teach me?" or "How can this situation strengthen my skills?" redirects your thoughts from self-pity to self-improvement. This shift is not about ignoring the difficulty, but about choosing to focus on what is within your control to shape a better outcome. Taking small, intentional steps forward is a powerful way to counter the inertia that setbacks often bring. Even minor actions, whether they involve rethinking your approach, seeking advice, or revisiting your goals, build momentum. These steps, however small, signal to yourself that you are moving forward. This momentum helps dissolve the stagnation that can accompany setbacks and reaffirms your ability to make progress despite obstacles. Patience plays a significant role in this transformation. Setbacks often test your willingness to endure uncertainty and delay. Instead of rushing to fix the situation or force a solution, allowing space for reflection and gradual progress creates a more sustainable path forward. Patience teaches you to trust the process, recognizing that setbacks are not permanent but transitional phases in a larger journey. Gratitude serves as a grounding practice during challenging times. Reflecting on what remains constant or supportive in your life helps balance the frustration of the setback with an appreciation for what is still working. Gratitude doesn't negate the difficulty, but provides a stabilizing force that prevents you from being consumed by negativity. This perspective allows you to draw strength from the positives, even when faced with setbacks. Learning to detach from specific outcomes is another essential step in transforming setbacks. While goals provide direction, rigid attachment to a single outcome can magnify the disappointment of setbacks. Detachment doesn't mean giving up, but rather being open to alternative paths that may lead to the same or even better results. This flexibility turns setbacks into opportunities to explore new approaches and discover hidden potential. Adopting a growth mindset reinforces the ability to turn setbacks into stepping stones. This mindset sees challenges as temporary and surmountable rather than permanent failures. It encourages you to embrace the learning process, recognizing that every setback holds a lesson that contributes to your growth. With a growth mindset, you view difficulties as opportunities to develop skills, resilience, and creativity. Community support is invaluable during setbacks. Sharing your challenges with trusted friends, mentors, or family members provides fresh perspectives and emotional encouragement. These connections remind you that setbacks are a shared human experience and that you don't have to navigate them alone. The insights and empathy of others can illuminate paths forward that you might not see on your own. Self-compassion is crucial in the face of setbacks. It's easy to fall into self-criticism or blame when plans go awry. Treating yourself with kindness and understanding during these moments fosters resilience. Self-compassion creates a supportive inner dialogue that encourages perseverance rather than resignation. Acknowledging your effort and reminding yourself that setbacks are part of growth allows you to move forward with renewed determination. Visualization is a technique that helps reframe setbacks and channel focus. Mentally rehearsing yourself, overcoming the challenge, and achieving success builds confidence and prepares your mind for positive action. This practice reinforces your ability to navigate difficulties and reinforces the belief that you are capable of turning obstacles into opportunities. Physical well-being also supports mental resilience during setbacks. Engaging in activities like exercise or mindful movement reduces stress and releases tension, providing clarity and energy to tackle challenges. A healthy body strengthens the mind's ability to persevere, creating a foundation for resilience. Setting new, realistic goals in response to setbacks helps maintain motivation and direction. These goals don't have to be grand. They can be small milestones that guide you toward recovery or progress. Achieving even minor goals builds confidence and restores a sense of agency, reminding you that setbacks are temporary and surmountable. Reflecting on past challenges and how you overcame them reinforces the belief that you can navigate current setbacks as well. Each previous success, no matter how small, serves as evidence of your resilience and resourcefulness. This reflection creates a sense of continuity, reminding you that setbacks are part of a larger narrative of growth and achievement. Celebrating progress, no matter how incremental, sustains motivation and builds momentum. Acknowledging your efforts and milestones, even if they seem minor, reinforces the belief that you are capable of overcoming setbacks. This practice fosters positivity and encourages continued action. Turning setbacks into stepping stones involves recognizing that every challenge holds the potential for growth, learning, and transformation. By shifting your perspective, taking intentional actions, and leaning on your strengths, you transform obstacles into opportunities for self-improvement and resilience. This process not only builds your ability to navigate future challenges, but also deepens your sense of purpose and capability, turning setbacks into meaningful milestones on your journey. Turning setbacks into opportunities for growth reshapes your journey and reinforces resilience. But there's an even deeper force that strengthens the foundation of your inner peace. Gratitude. Gratitude transforms how you see the world, shifting focus from what is missing to what is abundant. It unlocks a state of contentment that is not dependent on external circumstances, but rooted in the simple, profound act of acknowledgement. By weaving gratitude into your daily life, you cultivate a calm and centered mind that remains unshaken even in the face of challenges. Gratitude is not merely about being polite or saying thank you. It is a deliberate practice of recognizing and appreciating the good in your life. When embraced fully, it rewires your perspective, helping you notice the small joys, acts of kindness, and opportunities that often go unnoticed. This shift in focus counters stress and negativity by bringing attention to what is working rather than what is lacking. Gratitude becomes a lens that clarifies your view of the present, making it easier to navigate challenges with a sense of balance. One way to harness the power of gratitude is through reflective practices. Setting aside time each day to think about what you are grateful for anchors you in the present and grounds your emotions. This reflection can take many forms, such as mentally listing moments of joy, writing in a gratitude journal, or sharing your appreciation with someone close to you. These practices reinforce positive thought patterns, gradually shifting your default mindset toward one of contentment and calm. Gratitude journaling is especially effective because it transforms abstract feelings into concrete expressions. Writing down specific things you are thankful for forces you to slow down and truly engage with those experiences. This practice not only helps you relive positive moments, but also strengthens your ability to find silver linings in difficult situations. Over time, it builds a reservoir of positivity that you can draw upon during moments of stress or uncertainty. Incorporating gratitude into your daily routine doesn't require grand gestures. Small, consistent acts make a significant impact. For example, starting your morning with a few moments of reflection on what you appreciate sets a positive tone for the day. Similarly, ending the day by recalling acts of kindness, moments of laughter, or personal achievements creates a sense of closure and peace. These habits don't eliminate challenges, but help you approach them with a calmer, more constructive mindset. Gratitude also strengthens relationships. Expressing appreciation to others fosters connection and trust, enhancing the quality of your interactions. Whether it's a heartfelt thank you, a written note, or a simple acknowledgement, these acts of gratitude create a ripple effect of positivity. They remind both you and the recipient of the value of kindness and support, deepening emotional bonds and fostering a sense of belonging. Practicing gratitude during stressful times requires intentional effort, but offers profound rewards. In moments of tension or adversity, the instinct is often to focus on the problem. Gratitude redirects your attention to what remains steady and supportive, providing a sense of stability. This doesn't mean ignoring difficulties, but balancing them with an awareness of the resources, people, and inner strength that can help you persevere. Nature offers endless opportunities to practice gratitude. The beauty of a sunset, the rhythm of ocean waves, or the rustle of leaves in the wind reminds you of the world's inherent balance and continuity. Taking time to notice and appreciate these natural wonders creates moments of peace and connection, grounding you in the present and renewing your sense of wonder. Gratitude also extends to self-compassion. Acknowledging your own efforts, growth, and resilience nurtures a positive inner dialogue. This practice counters self-criticism, replacing it with encouragement and kindness. By being grateful for your strengths and recognizing how far you've come, You reinforce a sense of self-worth and inner peace. Mindfulness enhances the practice of gratitude by heightening your awareness of the present moment. When you are fully engaged with what is happening right now, it becomes easier to notice and appreciate the details that contribute to your well-being. Mindfulness and gratitude complement each other, creating a cycle of presence and appreciation that deepens your sense of calm. Sharing gratitude in a community amplifies its impact. Whether it's through group discussions, family rituals, or community projects, collective expressions of gratitude build a shared sense of positivity. These interactions remind you of the interconnectedness of your experiences and the ways in which others contribute to your journey. This sense of connection reduces feelings of isolation and fosters a deeper sense of purpose. Gratitude also plays a role in reframing challenges. When faced with setbacks or disappointments, actively seeking aspects to appreciate transforms your perspective. This doesn't mean denying the difficulty, but recognizing the lessons, opportunities, or strengths that arise from it. This practice builds resilience by reinforcing your ability to find meaning even in adversity. Regularly practicing gratitude shifts your brain's focus over time. Research shows that consistently engaging in gratitude exercises strengthens neural pathways associated with positivity and well-being. This shift makes it easier to notice and appreciate the good in life, creating a natural inclination toward calm and contentment. Gratitude becomes not just a practice, but a way of being. Integrating gratitude into physical activities adds another layer to the practice. Whether it's being thankful for the strength of your body during exercise, appreciating the nourishment provided by a meal, or simply acknowledging the breath that sustains you, these moments reinforce the connection between body and mind. This holistic approach amplifies the calming effects of gratitude. Gratitude also serves as a buffer against negativity. In a world often filled with distractions and stresses, actively focusing on what you value creates an emotional shield. This doesn't mean avoiding challenges, but approaching them from a place of strength and balance. Gratitude anchors you in what truly matters, reducing the power of external stresses to disrupt your peace. Ultimately, gratitude is a practice of abundance. It shifts your focus from what you lack to what you have, cultivating a mindset of sufficiency and joy. By regularly engaging in gratitude, you nurture a calm and resilient mind that is better equipped to handle life's complexities. Each act of appreciation reinforces a sense of connection, purpose, and peace, making gratitude an invaluable cornerstone of inner calm and contentment. The power of gratitude brings an enduring sense of peace and resilience, but to sustain this inner harmony, it's crucial to identify and eliminate habits that quietly erode your vitality and accelerate aging. While aging is a natural process, the choices we make each day significantly influence the pace at which we feel and appear older. Certain patterns, often overlooked, can drain your energy, diminish your emotional well-being, and create unnecessary stress. Understanding these habits through a Stoic lens not only helps preserve your vitality, but also empowers you to live with greater intention and balance. One of the most damaging habits that contributes to premature aging is chronic stress. Constantly worrying about things beyond your control not only drains your mental resources, but also takes a toll on your physical health. Stoicism teaches the importance of focusing on what you can influence and releasing attachment to outcomes. By practicing this principle, you reduce the harmful effects of stress, which can manifest as fatigue, accelerated aging, and weakened immunity. Training your mind to let go of unnecessary worries liberates energy for what truly matters. Another habit that accelerates aging is neglecting the body's basic needs. Poor sleep, irregular eating habits, and a lack of physical activity weaken the body's resilience over time. Sleep, in particular, plays a vital role in cellular repair and emotional regulation. Without adequate rest, the body struggles to recover, leading to increased inflammation and decreased mental clarity. Stoic principles remind us of the importance of discipline and routine in maintaining balance. Creating consistent habits around rest, nourishment, and movement ensures that the body remains strong and capable. Holding on to grudges or unresolved anger is another silent contributor to aging. Negative emotions, when left unaddressed, weigh heavily on the mind and body, creating chronic tension. Stoicism encourages forgiveness and acceptance, not as a favor to others, but as a means of freeing yourself from the burden of resentment. By choosing to let go, you reclaim energy that can be redirected toward growth and joy, reducing the toll that anger takes on your well-being. Living in constant comparison with others also accelerates emotional and physical decline. Measuring your worth against external standards creates unnecessary stress and feelings of inadequacy. This habit not only diminishes self-esteem, but also fosters anxiety, both of which can impact your overall health. The Stoic practice of focusing inward and aligning your actions with your values counters this tendency. By centering your worth on internal benchmarks rather than external validation, you cultivate a more grounded sense of self, reducing the aging effects of chronic dissatisfaction. Overindulgence in pleasures, whether through overeating, excessive drinking, or other habits of excess, can also hasten the aging process. While indulgence may provide temporary satisfaction, it often leads to long-term consequences such as weight gain, lethargy, and emotional instability. Stoicism teaches the value of moderation, encouraging you to seek balance rather than extremes. Practicing temperance preserves not only your physical health, but also your mental clarity, ensuring that indulgence does not come at the cost of long-term vitality. A sedentary lifestyle contributes significantly to physical decline and premature aging. Prolonged inactivity weakens muscles, reduces circulation, and increases the risk of chronic diseases. Incorporating regular movement into your routine, even through simple activities like walking or stretching, enhances overall health and slows the aging process. Stoicism emphasizes the interconnectedness of body and mind, reminding you that physical activity is not just about fitness, but about maintaining the strength needed to fulfill your purpose. Neglecting relationships is another habit that quietly ages the spirit. Isolation and lack of meaningful connections create emotional stagnation, reducing the richness of life. Strong social bonds provide emotional support, reduce stress, and foster a sense of belonging, all of which contribute to longevity. The Stoic principle of fostering harmony in relationships highlights the importance of investing in connections with others. By nurturing these bonds, you enhance both your emotional well-being and your resilience against life's challenges. Overloading the mind with distractions and trivial pursuits can accelerate mental fatigue, making you feel older than you are. Constantly consuming information without discernment or engaging in mindless activities erodes focus and diminishes productivity. Stoicism advocates for intentionality, urging you to prioritize what adds value to your life. By cultivating a mindful approach to how you spend your time and energy, You preserve mental clarity and reduce the cognitive strain that comes with a scattered mind. Avoiding discomfort or difficult conversations is another habit that subtly accelerates emotional aging. Evading challenges or confrontation may feel easier in the short term, but often leads to unresolved tensions and missed opportunities for growth. Stoic practices encourage embracing discomfort as a path to resilience. Facing challenges head-on strengthens your ability to adapt and recover, reducing the emotional stagnation that comes from avoidance. Neglecting self-reflection and personal growth creates a sense of stagnation that can weigh heavily over time. Without regularly assessing your actions, values, and goals, life can feel directionless, leading to feelings of dissatisfaction and regret. Stoic reflection encourages you to evaluate each day, identifying areas for improvement and celebrating progress. This practice keeps your mind engaged and your spirit invigorated, countering the aging effects of complacency. Living without purpose is one of the most significant contributors to premature aging. A lack of direction drains energy and diminishes enthusiasm for life. Purpose provides a sense of meaning and motivation, fueling both mental and physical vitality. Stoicism emphasizes aligning your actions with your values and contributing to something greater than yourself. By finding and pursuing purpose, you cultivate a sense of fulfillment that sustains your spirit and slows the wear of time. Eliminating these habits and adopting a Stoic approach to life transforms the aging process. Instead of feeling burdened by the passage of time, you gain the tools to live with vitality, clarity, and intention. By addressing the choices that quietly undermine your well-being, you create space for growth, resilience, and a deeper connection to what truly matters. Through awareness and practice, aging becomes not a decline, but an opportunity to refine and elevate the life you lead. Addressing habits that quietly diminish your vitality is a transformative step, but equally powerful is learning how to maintain your dignity and self-respect in every interaction, especially in relationships where power dynamics often shift. Maintaining control of your emotional balance and sense of worth creates a magnetic presence that naturally draws others toward you. It is not about manipulation or games. Instead, it's about embodying a sense of calm confidence that commands respect and inspires genuine connection. In relationships and social dynamics, many people fall into the trap of overcompensating or seeking validation, thinking that pleasing others is the way to win their attention. This behavior often backfires, as it signals insecurity and a lack of self-assurance. The first principle of maintaining your dignity while fostering attraction is to cultivate an unshakable sense of self-worth. Knowing your value means you no longer feel the need to chase after approval or acceptance. Instead, you present yourself as someone who is grounded, confident, and self-reliant. A key aspect of this approach is the art of restraint. When you resist the urge to over-explain, justify, or seek constant reassurance, you project a sense of calm confidence that others find intriguing. This restraint stems from a deep understanding of your values and priorities. Stoicism teaches the importance of focusing on what is within your control, including your words and actions, while releasing attachment to how others perceive you. This self-control allows you to navigate interactions with dignity, regardless of the reactions you encounter. Another essential element is setting clear boundaries. Boundaries are not about creating distance, but about defining what you will and will not accept. They signal self-respect and encourage others to treat you with the same respect. When you enforce boundaries calmly and consistently, you establish yourself as someone who values their time and energy. This clarity not only protects you from unnecessary stress, but also elevates the quality of your connections, as it invites only those who genuinely value and respect you to engage with you. Emotional detachment further reinforces your ability to maintain dignity. Detachment does not mean apathy or indifference. It means remaining composed and unaffected by external attempts to provoke or sway you. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of mastering your reactions rather than letting external events dictate your emotions. By maintaining this level of emotional independence, you create an aura of strength and stability that naturally draws others toward you. Practicing active listening is another powerful way to foster genuine connection without compromising your dignity. When you listen attentively and respond thoughtfully, you demonstrate that you value the other person's perspective without feeling the need to dominate or control the conversation. This approach fosters mutual respect and creates a dynamic where the other person feels seen and appreciated, encouraging them to invest more deeply in the relationship. Engaging with purpose and intentionality elevates your interactions. When you communicate with clarity and authenticity, you leave a lasting impression that speaks to your confidence and integrity. Stoicism teaches that true influence comes not from controlling others, but from inspiring them through your actions and character. By embodying these qualities, you position yourself as someone who leads by example, creating a natural pull that draws others toward you. Maintaining your dignity also involves being selective about where you invest your time and energy. By prioritizing relationships and opportunities that align with your values, you demonstrate that you are not easily swayed by superficial desires or fleeting trends. This focus on quality over quantity creates an air of discernment that others respect and admire. It also ensures that your energy is directed toward what truly matters, reinforcing your sense of purpose and self-respect. Patience plays a crucial role in this process. The desire for immediate validation often leads to impulsive actions that undermine dignity. By practicing patience, you allow connections to unfold naturally, without forcing outcomes or seeking constant reassurance. This steadiness signals confidence and self-assurance, making you more appealing to others. It also creates space for deeper, more meaningful relationships to develop. Gratitude further enhances your ability to maintain dignity while attracting others. Expressing genuine appreciation for the people and experiences in your life shifts your focus from seeking what you lack to valuing what you have. This mindset fosters a sense of abundance and contentment that is deeply magnetic. People are drawn to those who exude positivity and gratitude because it creates a sense of warmth and security. The practice of self-reflection ensures that you remain aligned with your values and intentions. Regularly evaluating your actions and motivations helps you identify areas for growth and ensures that you're acting from a place of integrity. This self-awareness not only strengthens your sense of self-worth, but also enhances the authenticity of your interactions, making them more meaningful and impactful. Confidence, when rooted in humility, becomes a cornerstone of dignity. Humility allows you to remain grounded and open to learning, while confidence ensures that you stand firm in your principles. This balance creates an attractive dynamic that inspires trust and admiration. Stoicism teaches that true confidence comes from mastering oneself rather than seeking external validation, a principle that reinforces your ability to maintain dignity in all circumstances. Staying true to your purpose provides the foundation for maintaining dignity and fostering meaningful connections. When your actions are guided by a clear sense of purpose, you radiate a sense of direction and resolve that is naturally compelling. This focus not only keeps you grounded, but also ensures that your relationships and interactions are aligned with your greater goals. Maintaining your dignity while fostering genuine connections is not about playing games or manipulating others. It is about cultivating a deep sense of self-worth, practicing restraint and intention, and aligning your actions with your values. By embodying these principles, you create an aura of confidence and authenticity that naturally draws others toward you, while preserving the integrity and respect that form the foundation of meaningful relationships. The ability to maintain dignity and authenticity in relationships stems from an even deeper strength, the power to remain unaffected by external events. This is not about being indifferent or detached from life's experiences, but about cultivating a mindset where your inner peace is not dictated by the actions, opinions, or chaos of the outside world. To act as if nothing bothers you is to embody a state of mastery over your emotions and reactions, creating a fortress of calm that no external force can breach. The foundation of this strength lies in understanding that you cannot control what happens around you, but you can always control how you respond. This realization shifts the focus inward, emphasizing personal responsibility over external circumstances. When you adopt this mindset, external events lose their power to disrupt your peace, allowing you to approach life with clarity and resilience. This inner control doesn't just reduce stress. It transforms how you engage with the world, making you a source of stability and strength. Acting as if nothing bothers you does not mean suppressing emotions or ignoring problems. It is about acknowledging challenges while choosing not to let them define your state of mind. This practice begins with cultivating awareness of your triggers and responses. When you notice an emotional reaction starting to rise, pausing to reflect before responding allows you to regain control. This brief pause creates space for intentional action rather than impulsive reaction, ensuring that your response aligns with your values and principles. Practicing detachment is another essential aspect of this mindset. Detachment does not mean apathy, but rather letting go of the need for specific outcomes or validation. When you stop tying your happiness to external events or other people's behavior, you free yourself from the emotional roller coaster of highs and lows. This detachment creates a stable inner foundation, enabling you to remain composed and grounded no matter what unfolds. Stoicism teaches the value of focusing only on what is within your control. This principle is central to acting as if nothing bothers you. By directing your energy toward what you can influence, your actions, thoughts, and choices, you avoid wasting time and effort on things beyond your reach. This focus not only enhances productivity, but also reinforces a sense of agency, reducing feelings of helplessness or frustration. The practice of reframing challenges as opportunities for growth further strengthens this mindset. When faced with difficulties, instead of viewing them as threats, consider what they can teach you or how they can help you develop resilience. This shift in perspective transforms obstacles into stepping stones, allowing you to approach challenges with curiosity and determination rather than fear or anger. Mindfulness plays a crucial role in maintaining an unaffected state of mind. By staying fully present in each moment, you reduce the influence of past regrets or future anxieties on your current experience. Mindfulness helps you engage with what is happening now, without letting emotions from unrelated situations spill over and cloud your judgment. This practice anchors you in reality, providing the clarity needed to act with intention and composure. Self-discipline is also key to sustaining this inner balance. Building habits that support your mental and emotional well-being creates a framework for consistent calm, whether it's through regular meditation, journaling, or physical exercise. These practices reinforce your ability to remain steady in the face of adversity. Self-discipline is not about rigidity, but about creating structures that support your growth and resilience. Gratitude serves as a powerful counterbalance to negativity, helping you focus on what is good and valuable in your life. By regularly reflecting on the positives, you shift your attention away from stresses and frustrations. Gratitude doesn't erase difficulties, but it provides a broader perspective, reminding you that challenges are just one part of a larger, richer picture. Cultivating emotional resilience is essential for maintaining an unaffected state of mind. Resilience is not about avoiding challenges, but about bouncing back from them stronger and wiser. By developing coping strategies such as seeking support, practicing self-care, and maintaining perspective, you build the strength to navigate life's ups and downs without losing your balance. This resilience ensures that setbacks become opportunities for growth rather than sources of defeat. Confidence rooted in self-awareness amplifies your ability to remain unaffected. When you know your values, strengths, and limitations, external opinions and judgments hold less sway over your emotions. This self-assurance allows you to stand firm in your decisions and actions, regardless of external criticism or praise. Confidence born of self-awareness is not boastful, but calm and unshakable, creating a quiet strength that others respect and admire. Maintaining a sense of humor adds lightness to life and reduces the weight of challenges. Humor provides perspective, allowing you to see the absurdity in difficult situations and approach them with less tension. Laughing at your own mistakes or finding joy in small moments reminds you not to take life too seriously, fostering a sense of ease and adaptability. The ability to remain unaffected also involves simplifying your life. Removing unnecessary stresses, commitments, or distractions creates space for focus and calm. Simplification is not about doing less, but about prioritizing what truly matters. By decluttering your mind and environment, you reduce the noise that often triggers stress, making it easier to maintain a composed and centered state. Emotional intelligence further supports this mindset by enhancing your ability to understand and manage both your emotions and those of others. Recognizing when someone's behavior is a reflection of their own struggles rather than a personal attack allows you to respond with compassion rather than defensiveness. This emotional insight creates stronger, more harmonious relationships and reduces the likelihood of conflict. Aligning your actions with your purpose reinforces your ability to remain unaffected by external distractions. When you are clear about your goals and values, you are less likely to be swayed by fleeting frustrations or superficial concerns. Purpose provides direction and meaning, anchoring you in what truly matters and allowing you to navigate life's challenges with grace and determination. Acting as if nothing bothers you is not about indifference, but about mastering your inner world. It is a practice of focus, resilience, and intentionality that empowers you to remain calm and composed no matter what comes your way. By cultivating this mindset, you create a life that is not only more peaceful, but also more fulfilling, as you navigate each moment with clarity, strength, and purpose. Mastering the ability to remain unaffected by external events builds an inner sanctuary of resilience and peace. However, while cultivating this strength, it is equally important to identify and eliminate habits that silently erode both mental and physical well-being. These subtle patterns, often overlooked, accelerate aging not only of the body, but also of the spirit. Understanding and addressing these habits through the lens of Stoic wisdom ensures that you don't just live longer, but with greater vitality and purpose. One of the most destructive habits is holding on to resentment. Unresolved anger and grudges act like poison, slowly wearing down emotional resilience and physical health. The constant mental replay of wrongs done to you increases stress hormones and keeps the body in a state of tension. Practicing forgiveness is not about excusing harmful behavior, but about freeing yourself from its grip. Stoicism encourages releasing what you cannot control, including the actions of others. This release not only restores peace, but also protects your emotional and physical energy. Living in perpetual comparison with others is another insidious habit that drains vitality. Constantly measuring your achievements, appearance, or possessions against those of others creates a sense of inadequacy and anxiety. This habit breeds dissatisfaction, even in moments where contentment is within reach. By focusing on your personal values and progress rather than external benchmarks, you reclaim your energy and foster a sense of inner fulfillment. Stoic teachings emphasize self-mastery over external validation, reminding you that true contentment comes from aligning with your principles. Neglecting the importance of sleep is a habit with far-reaching consequences. Sleep is essential for cellular repair, mental clarity, and emotional stability. Without sufficient rest, the body ages faster and the mind becomes clouded. Prioritizing sleep is not an indulgence, but a necessity for long-term well-being. Establishing a consistent sleep routine and creating an environment conducive to rest honors the Stoic principle of balance and ensures that both mind and body function optimally. The habit of poor nutrition accelerates the aging process by depriving the body of essential nutrients while overloading it with harmful substances. A diet high in processed foods, sugar, and unhealthy fats creates internal inflammation, which speeds up cellular aging. Nourishing the body with wholesome natural foods not only enhances physical health, but also supports mental clarity. This act of care aligns with Stoic values, emphasizing the importance of maintaining the body as a vessel for fulfilling one's purpose. Chronic stress is another culprit that accelerates aging. When the mind is constantly overwhelmed, the body remains in a state of heightened alertness, which depletes energy reserves and damages internal systems. Practicing mindfulness and focusing on what is within your control reduces this burden. The Stoic practice of accepting life's uncertainties while preparing for them reinforces resilience, helping you manage stress more effectively and prevent its aging effects. Procrastination, though seemingly harmless, quietly chips away at your potential and creates unnecessary pressure. Delaying important tasks leads to accumulated stress and missed opportunities for growth. Taking deliberate action, even in small steps, fosters a sense of accomplishment and keeps you aligned with your goals. This discipline reflects the Stoic ideal of living intentionally and fully engaging with each moment. Neglecting physical movement is a habit that robs the body of vitality. Sedentary lifestyles weaken muscles, reduce circulation, and increase the risk of chronic diseases. Regular physical activity whether through exercise or mindful movement, supports overall well-being and slows the aging process. Stoicism teaches that the body and mind are interconnected, emphasizing the importance of maintaining physical strength to support mental and emotional resilience. Overindulgence in fleeting pleasures, whether through excessive consumption or impulsive behaviors, undermines long-term well-being. While such actions may bring temporary satisfaction, they often lead to regret, poor health, and emotional instability. Practicing moderation ensures that you enjoy life's pleasures without letting them control you. This balance embodies the Stoic principle of temperance, which fosters both discipline and fulfillment. Neglecting relationships weakens emotional health and increases feelings of isolation. Meaningful connections provide support, joy, and purpose, all of which contribute to longevity and happiness. Investing time and energy in nurturing relationships strengthens emotional resilience and creates a network of support during life's challenges. Stoicism highlights the value of harmonious relationships, encouraging you to approach interactions with kindness, patience, and mutual respect. Allowing negativity to dominate your mindset accelerates mental and emotional decline. Dwelling on problems or focusing on worst-case scenarios creates a cycle of stress and unhappiness. Shifting your perspective to seek opportunities, lessons, and positives in every situation disrupts this cycle. Stoic reframing techniques, such as seeing obstacles as chances for growth, train your mind to focus on what uplifts rather than what weighs you down. Failing to cultivate a sense of purpose drains motivation and leaves life feeling directionless. Without a clear sense of why you do what you do, even small challenges can feel overwhelming. Defining and pursuing meaningful goals gives structure and depth to your days, anchoring you in something greater than fleeting desires. Purpose-driven living, a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy, sustains both mental and physical energy, fostering a sense of fulfillment that counteracts the aging effects of apathy. The habit of self-criticism erodes self-esteem and creates unnecessary emotional strain. While reflection and accountability are important, harsh judgment of yourself fosters insecurity and discouragement. Practicing self-compassion allows you to acknowledge mistakes without letting them define you. This approach mirrors Stoic teachings, which emphasize the importance of learning from failures while maintaining a sense of dignity and self-respect. Ignoring the present moment and being consumed by either past regrets or future worries accelerates emotional aging. The inability to be fully engaged with the here and now creates a sense of disconnection and unease. Mindfulness practices help anchor you in the present, fostering gratitude and clarity. This alignment with the present moment reflects the Stoic focus on living deliberately and appreciating the opportunities each day brings. Addressing these habits through the wisdom of Stoicism not only slows the aging process, but also enriches your life with greater clarity, purpose, and resilience. By eliminating patterns that undermine well-being and embracing principles that support vitality, you create a foundation for thriving at every stage of life. This journey is not just about adding years, but about ensuring those years are filled with strength, joy, and fulfillment. Mastering the art of staying calm in any situation is not about ignoring life's challenges, but transforming the way you respond to them. Through emotional control, reframing setbacks, embracing gratitude, and practicing mindfulness, you build an unshakable foundation of inner peace. You've learned that calmness is not a passive state, but a powerful choice, a decision to focus on what you can control and let go of what you cannot. Each principle, rooted in Stoicism, invites you to rise above chaos, cultivate resilience, and approach life with clarity and strength. As you integrate these lessons into your daily life, remember that progress takes patience and persistence. Every small step forward, whether it's pausing before reacting, practicing gratitude, or setting boundaries, brings you closer to a life guided by calm and purpose. This journey isn't just about facing challenges. It's about thriving amidst them, leading with wisdom, and finding fulfillment in every moment. Now, we'd love to hear from you. What's one strategy you plan to use to strengthen your inner calm? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your insights might inspire someone else on their journey. If you found value in this video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. Join us for more content that helps you grow stronger, live wiser, and stay unshaken in the face of life's storms. Let's keep building this incredible community together. Stay calm, stay strong, and see you in the next video.